All right, game one starting between Magnus and Wesley. What are we gonna get? Magnus with white piece, so we get d4, d5, knight 3, knight 6, c4, e6. Magnus plays the classic separatist opening again, the Catalan defense or Catalan opening. Okay. Queen a4 played by Magnus, a6, b5, bishop b7, bishop d2, all very standard stuff. This was not first play, but really became very popular during the World Championship match between Kasparov and Karpov many years ago. But Wesley goes bishop e4 and c6, one of the newer approaches in the Catalan, something that everybody has played. So let's see. We get e3 here. This is not considered to be the best move. I think Black's supposed to play b4 or knight d7. Wesley's gonna win. He's gonna have to win dos matches though. He has to win this 4-game match and then win another 2-game match. Very difficult. So yeah, let's see what we get. Now bishop h5 is a critical move, but Wesley, remember that you can just gambit the pawn. Yeah, bishop h5 is a very important move. It's not always obvious. In fact, in the RCC, I played the same line against Jan Nepomniachtchi in the Armageddon, and I forgot to play bishop h5 and I got a bad position. But he does play it. We get queen e1. Magnus still moving instantly, so thus far this is all pretty standard. All pretty standard so far. Like I think there's some line like there's some line with like rook c8 and something like this. I don't remember the exact order, but there is a line that's kind of like this somewhere. Okay, 92 played by Magnus. By the way, Magnus is really good at this. This is a great example where preparation, I don't think queen e1 and 92 is the best line, but if you don't know the line, you play natural moves like bishop h5, rook c8, and rook c8 is actually already a mistake. Apparently you're supposed to play a5 here or knight to d5, whereas after rook c8 knight e2, now the best move, at least on my weak computer, is the move g5, and there is a 0% chance that Wesley will play g5 here. So it's like g5 is the best move, but there is no chance that Wesley will play g5 here. It's a very weird move. It weakens your king side, and Magnus is playing on the meta here where he knows that Wesley will not play g5, and because of that, knight e2 is actually a great move, and Magnus is probably going to get a big advantage here. If not g5, knight d5 is an obvious move. c5 also an obvious move. I mean, not obvious, but the intuitive human moves are d5 or knight d5. g5 is obvious. Yeah, you guys, g5 is weakening your king. Wesley is a rock solid player. He does not create weaknesses, doesn't play really like this. It's just not, it's not the move that Wesley's going to play. Wesley might find it, mind you, but it's not natural for Wesley because Wesley likes to be solid and play simple chess. Oh, we got it. We got c5. I told you. Yep. I told you guys, again, you act like G5 is so obvious. Again, without the computer, some of these moves are just not playable. So let's see what we got here. All the people bashing crypto and NFTs are going to regret that in 20 years, Alameo. Sorry, bro, they aren't. I mean, I know everybody wants to believe in a revolution, but live in the real world. There's a reason the system we have has existed for hundreds of years. It's not just going to suddenly change overnight because some silly new fundamental like shift has occurred. Now this is, I'm not shocked that Magnus is well prepared here, because probably Magnus has already looked at the obvious human moves, because C5, like I said, is a very obvious human move. G5 is just not very human whatsoever. Yeah. We haven't been using fiat. Okay, well, if you're talking about pure fiat, but I'm saying the notion of like money having value, I'm talking about like actual like currency having value. Like we've been using gold coins since what? Since the Romans, right? Like for actually we've been using that for like probably like 2,000 years. The pure money, we've been using that for 2,000 years. Oh, the gold standard was what? The gold standard was eliminated in 1850-ish, somewhere around that. I think the gold standard was around like 1850-ish maybe. So all right, we were using the gold standard was like 1850s. The fiat, yeah, technically it's not linked to anything in a sense, but at the end of the day, like if you look at the debt the US government has, you look at all that stuff, like there is actual value, there is stuff behind it. So anyway, but I don't want to get, it was really in the 1900s. I thought it was earlier than that. Really? Anyway, all right, let's see what we get here. Only 21 million Bitcoin. Yeah, what do I use Bitcoin for, you guys? I can't go buy a pizza with Bitcoin. Heck, I can't even use it as a store of value because it fluctuates 5 to 10% almost daily. So it's not even a real currency. It has too many fluctuations. You can't use it because it's too because the price is too high. So you can't use it for anything practical. So what even is the point? Gold standard was removed by Nixon. Really? It was that late? Really? It was that late? It's crazy. I thought it was much earlier, but anyway, no, it's a 4-game match for anybody who's wondering. Yeah. Yeah, entire nation's adopted. I'm pretty sure that experiment's not going very well for El Salvador. Magnus, by the way, is a great position here. I don't really want to keep talking about random stuff. Wasn't I investing very sporadically? But no, I've never really been in crypto in any kind of big way. I told you guys I bought Bitcoin at like 900. I sold it like 41, 4200, somewhere around there. And I have never really bought back in. So that's it. I mean, when I got the Bitcoin for winning the Academy tournament, I got out of that as fast as I could. I sold that immediately at 40. I think it was 40,000 or 41,000, somewhere around there. I just sold it as fast as I could. As fast as I could. Wesley down 7 minutes. I mean, Wesley, this is very bad, by the way. I have some Ethereum that I just hold, but that's the only crypto that I hold. Yeah. Wesley is down nearly 8. He's down 8 minutes now. This is bad. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. You can see the other players' cam. I've spoken about this before because I have played in many of these events, and you can see the cam. So like I would generally I will pay attention to Magnus's cam. I mean, Bishop G6 is the only move here. I mean, this is so hard to play for Wesley. So hard. I mean, this is tough. This is really hard. Oh man. Plays bishop d8 to try and trade the dark square bishops. Okay, interesting move from Wesley here. Oof, this is hard. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my sandwich away. I don't want to eat it all right now. Give me 1 second. All right, so what Magnus is using some time here. So Magnus using some time. He trades. He goes knight f3. We'll probably get knight f6 back. Very logical move. And Wesley's gonna have to play like a god here. I'm gonna be honest. Wesley's gonna have to play like an absolute god because he is down 7+ minutes on the clock. He goes back, which is correct. Magnus will probably play like rook c1 or a4, probably a4 b4. Probably rook c1 is what Magnus will play. I expect him to play rook c1. Yeah, Wesley is in real trouble here. He's gonna have to play very, very good chess. He's gonna have to be extremely precise. Although rook c1 does allow black to go c4 maybe and build a chain of 3. So it's good. This is very tricky. Very tricky. Let's see what we get. He does play rook c1. Okay, now Wesley is down. You know what else is bad for Wesley here? On top of being down 8 minutes, is that Magnus has easy moves to play. Magnus's moves are very reactionary again, and it's very easy to play. Like Magnus is looking at, well, if he trades, I take and I try to put pressure. c4, maybe I go b3. Maybe I go bishop b4, but all of Magnus's moves here are reactionary, and he's up 8+ minutes on the clock. So this is very, very bad. This is going to be very hard for Wesley to play. Yeah, I mean c4 is a move, but again, I'd be worried about b3. Honestly, I'd be worried about so many different things here. Yeah. Yeah. We get c4 b3 played pretty quickly. Like I said, I mean Wesley's trying to move fast because he's down so much time on the clock, and Wesley knows if he gets down to like 30 seconds he's just gonna lose. Yeah, I mean I think Wesley's just toast. He's already lost on move 22. So Wesley's gonna have to come back and win a game. You know what I would say is what I always say. I'm not rooting for anybody in particular, but I want there to be as many games as possible. I want the maximum amount of chess. It's like same thing when I watch tennis. A lot of times I'm not rooting for anyone, but if it's like the fourth set, I want whoever's down 2-1 to win because I want 5 sets. Same thing, like here I want the most chess, so I want Wesley to win the first match at least. But I'm gonna be honest, this is looking really, really bad. Wesley has a very cramped position. Magnus's moves are too easy. Wesley's likely just gonna lose here. Magnus's moves are too easy. This is the problem. Magnus does not have anything to think about. He's up nearly 10 minutes and he has nothing he has to think about. It's a total disaster, and he's also better to make matters worse. That's what also doesn't help either. Every single trump in this position is in Magnus's favor. Way up on time, easy to play position, and of course it's also much better. Yeah, Wesley forgot his cov this morning. Wesley has not played great chess though in this event, to be fair. I mean, he should have lost to Fabiano in the match yesterday. He was in real danger of losing to Noterbeck yesterday too at one point. So Wesley has not played great chess, whereas Magnus has just been steamrolling everything. Problem is, there's going to come a moment, you guys, where Magnus has a chance to win the game, and if Magnus uses like 3 to 4 minutes, he's just going to find the move and win the game. That's what's really bad here. So let's see. Yeah, e4, geez. Wesley needs some of that instant coffee, yeah, but I mean it's rough. But you know, I'll say this though, I really wish I was in this event on some level. I really wish I was, because like I'd love to be playing Magnus in his current form. I'd love to take him on right now. I really would like to take on Magnus right now, but one day I'll get a chance, hopefully. Yeah, probably just bishop c3 and knight d2, and then white. Yeah, like you get some position like this, and you've got the big white center. You have the double op combo, and you can push, and you're up 10 minutes on the clock to make it even even better. Why was I invited? I couldn't play the qualifier. That's why. Yeah. 92. I had other obligations. I'm working on a film project that I had to go and do something, so I couldn't play the qualifier on the day they scheduled it. Let's see what we get. Yeah, why am I not surprised? Like 92 here. Yeah. I'm just not surprised. I mean, Magnus's moves are too easy. They're just too easy. Queen e2 is not best apparently, but still I love the move. Just connects the two towers, can bring the rook to d1, maybe go rook c2 and rook c1, maybe rook b1. Just very unpleasant. So, all right. Apparently, bishop e7 is a bad move. Computer likes rook b1. Knight d2 is good. I mean, Wesley is in really bad shape. How's my morning? My morning is going great. I'm having a great morning as always. I'm loving it. Streaming is so relaxing for me. It's a fun job. It's a great job to have. So, but yeah, I really do wish I was playing top 3 stocks. I mean, I don't make stock recommendations. I would just say I'll just say one stock that I'm always watching. There's a lot of dividend stocks I always watch, and like for example, one that I always watch is the stock Main, M-A-I-N. I'm always watching it whenever it dips below, like when it dips to like 38 37ish, and I think it's like at a 10 to 15% discount to the fair value at like 40ish. I'm always buying it hand over fist. JP Morgan is fine too, obviously. I mean, all the banks are fine if they didn't go bankrupt, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, I bought a, but that's just one of the many strategies I have. Well, I guess probably the most boring one that I pay. It's probably the most boring one because of course it requires me just sitting around and waiting for that to happen. But that's like one example. Like when it went to 33 during the right before the candidates last year, I bought a ton of it because I just knew that it was trading at a 20% plus discount to what I put the fair value at. I put the fair value around 40 bucks. So anyway, waiting for a move from Magnus here. Computer likes rook b1. This is a good example where Magnus now, he's so far ahead on the clock, he's going to be able to take it very smoothly, slow it down, and use the time advantages accumulated. And see, this is exactly the problem. Now Magnus will be able to use the time because he's up 8 minutes. He can use 2-3 minutes. He knows he's much better and in great shape. Do you ever trade options? I do, but not lately. Not lately. I mean, I do a bit of everything, but I especially don't like talking about that because that's something that nobody should touch. Nobody should touch such things because you have to know exactly what you're doing, and even then it's still it can be pretty wild. So yeah, what opening would I compare? Yeah, people get richer. Yeah, people get richer, go to rags. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, what do we got? We got rook c2, which is still fine. Magnus wants to go rook b1, keep the rook on the c file, put a lot of pressure on the knight. No, but the reason I would say you avoid it's like I remember when I was very young and I think I first traded some options when I was like 15 or 16. It's like you look at some option on a stock and you're like, oh my god, it's like 5 cents. If it just doubles, goes to 10 cents, stock moves 5% or 10%, like oh my god, I'm gonna make like 200% or 300% or whatever it might be. But then you don't realize that all the math involved when you know an options price at 5 cents. That means that in like 95% of the time, maybe not 95%, depends on math and you know, delta, gamma, everything else, but like it means that it's not like 90% it's not going to happen. But you see it and like you feel like you're gambling, you're like, oh my god, it can go up, you know, all I need to stock go up like 5% tomorrow, I'll make like 500%, and you're just like, oh man, wow. But yeah, it's just one of those things that like a lot of people don't get, and then it turns into actually just a pure form of gambling. Okay, Wesley plays knight a4. Now Wesley, to his credit, is finding some good moves here to try and keep the game going. He is much worse, but the biggest problem is not the fact that Wesley is worse, it's that Wesley is 246 versus 927. That's the problem. That's the big problem. So yeah, it's very difficult. Thoughts about Coinbase? I mean, I don't know. I don't have strong thoughts in any kind of way. Is there an amount of money you would need to retire, or is it different metric? It's kind of a different metric. It's not about money. It's like it's an age at which I feel like it's a good age to like focus on something else or not play or do whatever. Let's see what we get here. Waiting for a move. Rook b1, good move by Magnus. He wants to just basically win this pawn on c4, and if he wins the pawn, then eventually the big center is going to continue to matter. Can I please keep streaming Title Tuesday until you're 70? I'm not that kind of guy, you guys. I never have been. Like, I can give you an example. It's like my stepfather is a good example of somebody who's still teaching chess. He's been teaching chess. Probably queen a4 will be played here, I assume. Queen a4 looks like the human move to me, at least. But it's like my stepfather's teaching chess and he's like 72 or something, and he's going to be teaching literally until the day that he dies. Like, I already know that. Like, it's what he loves to do, and he's going to teach until the day he dies. And there are people like that in many fields where it's like they're literally going to do something until they die. Like Vichy is another example where I assume Vichy is going to keep playing a tournament here or there until he's like 70. I think it's very likely. But like, I'm not that kind of person who wants to spend their whole life doing something. That's just not my idea. It's like Jiro is another example of sushi guy. Like I think he still runs a sushi restaurant. The dude is 97. He's been doing it for like 70 years and he still is running a sushi shop. And like, that's just, I cannot relate to that. That's not who I am as a person. Okay, now apparently queen d7 is a blunder, but why? Let's turn on the lines and see. Because you take into 94, 95, queen d5. Okay, now this is good for white, but is this obviously good where you know it's winning? Not clear cut. Not clear cut that not clear cut. It's dangerous. Yeah, at that age, if you stop, you're gonna die, right? So at that age, you have to keep doing it. But I'm just saying that's not my idea. That's not my idea of what I want to do with my life. This is the grand finals. Yeah. Oh, but he plays it right away. Jeez. Magnus is just playing so fast here. He's really putting the pressure on Wesley. Really hard to play. It's really hard to play a position like this with no time on the clock. That's the thing. Like the time, Magnus is putting immense pressure on people's clocks here. So let's see. So you want to sit on the porch like Thanos looking at the world he created by streaming chess, something like that. Yeah, actually something very similar to that. Okay, now Wesley goes for it because Wesley's low on clock. He's just gonna play the end game and hope that he can save it. Gonna be difficult. It's like Magnus a tier better. Well, Magnus is a tier better on his own, even without even you know, aside from this. But the problem is that Magnus's prep has been really good. So it's like Magnus's prep has been amazingly good, and so on top of his great play, his prep has been better than everyone else, and that's what's causing so many problems for these players, to where it seems like some of these games are not even competitive. Magnus using his time here, he's just calculating which line to play after knight takes e4. That's what he's calculating. That's exactly what Magnus is calculating here. So let's see what we get here. Waiting for the moves. We're gonna get knight e5, queen d5, and then we'll see what Magnus does. But Magnus right now is not really thinking about his next turn. He's thinking about this end game specifically, and what he's going to do in the end game. Magnus works the hardest prepping, or he's the best coach. He definitely is a better coach than Wesley. I don't know who Wesley's working with. Well, I watch Oppenheimer, not really. As I said before, you guys, I can't get into any of those sorts of things. Having been to Hiroshima, having seen the memorial, like having been in the museum, having seen videos of people like literally with all their skin burned off, like I can't really watch such a movie. So no, that's the answer. Yeah, I mean, having been to Hiroshima, like I can't. Having been there, I cannot. I just can't. Okay, Magnus is gonna play knight e5, queen e5, and as I said, he's literally thinking about which line he's gonna play. It's about stopping the Germans from getting the atomic weapons knowledge. Okay. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I'm not gonna get into politics about who's right or wrong, because I think everybody's wrong, but like at the end of the day, like it's just, I can't really get into stuff like that. Okay, let's see. You feel like Magnus is just on momentum after the 9 out of 9 blitz. I think he's feeling the momentum. Obviously, probably stuff with the Hans didn't or the stuff with Hans probably helped as well. We get 95 queen e5. As I said, Magnus was thinking about his next move. He plays queen d3, which is interesting, which is a slight mistake. I was sure Magnus would go into the endgame, but I'm guessing Magnus perceived that it's better to keep putting pressure on Wesley's it's better to keep putting pressure on Wesley's clock here, and that's why he played queen d3 versus playing like trading and going to the endgame. He figured that in the endgame their chances of being a better chance of Wesley drawing it. That's why he played queen d3. He takes. Okay, let's see what we get here. Probably rook a8 will be played. Relax, you guys, take a deep breath. Okay, don't get all weird. Okay, don't get all weird. Yeah, don't get all weird. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. He plays g6, which I think is sort of an admission that he's made a mistake. Big admission that he's blundered. And now rook b7 ends the game. I don't know if Magnus will play it, but Magnus doesn't even have to play rook b7. Magnus can literally do anything here. Even maybe queen b7 is not right because that hangs d4 or a2. But Magnus is going to win the game. Magnus will win the game here. So let's see what we get. The cams are correct. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Wesley just doesn't have any time. I mean, it's basically the problem for Wesley is he spent all his time. He didn't come up with a way to equalize, and he's getting absolutely just brutalized. Yeah, he's just getting absolutely brutalized in this game. Let's see what we have. Waiting for a move. Let me refresh the board. So, okay. Maybe that's why Magnus is bored World Championship. He wins everyone. Well, but the thing is here, I'll give you a good example of the big difference. If this was a World Championship match where Wesley has 2 hours to think, am I mad? I'm annoyed because I want maximum chess. I want maximum chess, and we're probably not getting maximum chess. So I'm not annoyed about Magnus winning, but I'm annoyed that we're probably not getting maximum chess. But the point that I was going to make is that, like, if Wesley can use 20-30 minutes to think on some of these moves, he would be able to probably draw this game. But he cannot think for that long because it's a rapid game. He has to make decisions very quickly. And so Magnus will probably win this game. I assume there are multiple ways to win here, and rook b7 is not the only one. Wesley will win. I just want him to win the first match so we get more chess. That's all that I care about. I don't care if Magnus wins or Wesley wins, but I want the most chess. What is maximum chess? I mean, I want the most number of games. It's like in tennis you want 5 sets. I want 2 matches. I don't want one quick match. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like I mean, if Magnus wins, yeah, or game 7, exactly. It's the same thing. It depends who my money is on. No, I mean, I don't care if Magnus wins. I want maximum chess. I don't want does rook b5 actually win or not? No, I guess it doesn't, right? Actually, why does rook b7 win? There's queen d4 and knight f7. Okay, see, this is winning, but if Magnus doesn't calculate this correctly, he might not play, because he has to be very careful here, because it's like rook b5, queen d4 takes king h8, for example, does not actually win for white. But with the rook on b7, it's apparently winning, because if you go rook b7, takes here, takes knight f7, now the rook takes. So here you can take the bishop. That's why, or wait, no, it's a draw still. Wait, oh my god, you've got queen e5 and if king f6 check. Ooh, this is very deep and dank. I'm not sure if Magnus will play this. I don't think he will, because Magnus is still up a lot of time on the clock and he has a much better position. I don't think he'll play rook b7 because it requires seeing the whole line. Like, if you don't see this queen e5 check, for example, and you think you can just you see takes, this is actually a draw. So there's check, and when you go here, I just keep yo-yoing. I just yo-yo between the 3 squares, and it's a simple draw. So I mean, I think Magnus can play. He might do something quiet like h3. I bet h3 could be played. I think h3 is a sort of move that I could see Magnus playing here. Some quiet move like h3 potentially. I don't think he's going to play rook b7 though, because it's too forcing, and he still has a big time advantage, and he probably can win this multiple ways. You think he'll go a4? But a4, what's the big deal? Rook a8? I mean, maybe this is winning. I mean, everything's probably winning, but h3 is definitely a move I could see Magnus playing. Yeah. Oh, he blundered. Oh my god, wait. Oh, he just blundered it. FE4. What did I? Oh my god. Boys, we might be back in business. We might be back in business for maximum chess. No, I mean we might be back in business for maximum chess. I mean, the reason I hated rook b5 is it's so concrete. Like rook b5 and rook b7 are playable, but you have to calculate the whole line. I mean, maybe Magnus just figures he's just up a pawn here. Maybe he wants to play this endgame, but I mean, after rook a8, you're up a pawn, but it's not easy to win this position. It's not easy to win this position still. It's not easy at all. And Magnus is now down on the clock too. Jinx Master Hikaru. Yeah, Magnus down on the clock. I mean, what Magnus is not in danger of losing the game, but he's gonna go queen e5, and I mean, he's gonna go queen e5 trade rook a8, and I mean, Wesley has good chances to draw. He might not draw this, but he has chances here. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I just want maximum chess. Yeah, he does it. Oh, bishop f6 is actually better. Wait, why is this better? Takes knight g5. No, this isn't better. I would just trade and go rook a8 here, honestly. Yeah, Magnus has just used all his time on the previous move. Let's see. Come on, Wesley. Just save the game. We want more chess. Magnus doesn't care if he wins. He's doing this for the boys. Right. Come on, Wesley. Come on, dude. What is he thinking about? I don't even understand. I mean, bishop f6 is a draw, but to spot this idea with king h6 is very hard. Yeah, he's gonna play rook a8, of course. Rook a8. Yeah, I used 4 minutes on rook b5 in his big blunder, right? Come on, Wesley, you gotta go. You think he's still gonna lose? He could lose, obviously. I mean, it's still a very unpleasant position, actually, because after rook a5, rook c8, rook a6, white's still holding. Actually, he might still lose. What? What? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, what is king f7? Oh, come on. What was king f7? After Magnus threw it away. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I might really be the best player in the world. It's not about being the best player in the world. It's that I mean Wesley had come all the way back. Yeah. Well, that was not a great start to this match. This is like watching sub battles. I mean, I understand Magnus's blunder. Like I do understand the blunder Magnus made, but Wesley playing king f7, like I don't even understand what king f7 is. Yeah, minimum chess, yes. I mean, rook e8 doesn't work because at the very least white can just trade and run the king up the board, and eventually what happens is white will distract you with this pawn. King has to go chase down this one, and then your king's too far away and you lose all the pawns here, and it's just 3 pawns on the king side. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, maybe mouse flip, maybe he meant to go king f6. I mean, maybe that's what he meant to do. Maybe he mouse flip, but he didn't have the reaction. It didn't look like it was a mouse slip. He didn't have the reaction of a mouse slip. But king f6 also allows rook a5, and then rook c8, rook a6 looks horribly dangerous too. It's still okay, but I don't know. He didn't have the reaction of a mouse slip. It didn't look like to me. To me, it didn't look like a mouse slip. I think he just panic moved because he was so low. Yeah. Yeah, but we'll see. Who knows? Yeah. So what happens now? Is it over? No, it's 1-0. They played 3 more games. Wesley has to tie the match. Wesley has to win a game and tie the match to force an Armageddon. But Wesley's already on his back foot. He luckily he lost with black pieces, so he's 2 games with white pieces. But it's really looking like an unpleasant and uphill battle for Wesley. Yeah. No, Wesley just got too low on time. But it's like I said, I mean, the biggest thing, like I said, time is really critical, and Magnus is really putting pressure on these guys on the clock. If Wesley loses again, he's still in the match because it's only 2-0. There's still a 3rd game. They aren't back in their seats yet, so we'll see. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see what we get. What time control is currently they're playing rapid chess. That's what they're playing, rapid chess. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a big bummer though. I'll say that it's a big bummer. But it is what it is. Like, that's just how chess goes sometimes. Yeah. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. $4K. Yeah, Magnus crushed almost everybody except Ding. There was a certain guy who did beat Magnus in 2 tournaments ago. A certain guy by the name of Hikaru Nakamura who did beat him, but you know, we'll forget about that guy for a second, since he's not playing in this event. But yeah, Magnus blunder with Rook B5. Rook B7 was winning. I don't really think Rook B5. I mean, it was a terrible blunder from a computer standpoint. I don't think it was that big of a deal, but definitely, yeah, I got lucky. Yes, I got super lucky. You know, I love the way people tried to pretend that the mouse that Magnus had would have changed the result when it would have been a draw even if he hadn't hung his queen. But that's beside the point. Anyway, yeah, so it's 1-0. We're waiting for game number 2. It should be starting pretty soon, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Why didn't I play this event? I couldn't play the qualifier because I had other commitments, and it was 2 days after Norway chess ended, so that's why I couldn't play. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, but I mean, to be fair, like, obviously I'm joking to some degree. Magnus has been incredibly impressive in this event. I feel like probably there are a couple things going on, but I would say first and foremost, it seems to me that ever since the Hans thing was dismissed, the lawsuit got thrown out by the federal court, it seems to me that Magnus has really been on a roll. Now, I'm not sure if that plays any big part or not, but he seems to be on a big roll ever since then, because he went 9 out of 9. He, of course, he's crushing this event. He did great in some other event as too. I think he shoot revolver a sub. So Magnus seems to be on a big roll. He is playing some of the best chess he's playing the best chess we've seen in quite a while, for sure. Absolutely. So Magnus definitely formidable right now, very formidable. But we'll see. You think he's something to prove after Norway's performance? Also probably true too. But yeah, I mean, you can't just say he's focusing on opening preparation because there hasn't been a long enough time period. You can't just say that because Magnus played poorly in Norway chess, and that's only like 3 weeks ago. In 3 weeks, you don't just suddenly have great preparation out of thin air. That's not what it is. So yeah. Yeah, but when Magnus is playing the way he is right now, it's very tough. It's very tough. Very tough. I'd love to take a crack at him right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to take a crack at him though, because he is making blunders in certain situations. But he's better at fast-paced chess than Hikaru's King Classical. Well, it's kind of funny because the roles have reversed. Somehow I've become better at classical chess, and I'm like playing. I did watch the Roger Federer video of chess. I did see that, but it's weird though because it feels like somehow Magnus is like all focused on blitz and rapid, and somehow I'm better at classical, which is also kind of it's like a really weird role reversal because it's not how that's not how it was for much of the last like decade. For much of the last decade, everyone would have said that I was super focused on blitz and rapid, and I was really good at it, and now it's like somehow the roles have flipped completely. Yeah, contact Federer for a chess session. I mean, I could probably reach out through his coach because I have some correspondence with Lubicic, but yeah. Okay, they haven't started game 2 yet. We're waiting. Okay, here's game 2. It pops up. All right, let's get ready. Game 2 coming up in a second. Hey, 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 hey. So, all right. Performance rate for last year shows Hikaru is the best. Well, that's classical chess. Next classical tournament will be the FIDE World Cup. Now, Wesley has to go for broke. I think there's a decent chance that that Wesley will lose this game, just because I think Wesley's going to go for broke this game. So Wesley, I think in this game, he's going to go insane, go for broke. And there's a good chance I think that Wesley's going to lose this game because he's just going to try to overpress. That's my general read of the situation. I think he's going to go for broke here, and it's probably there's a good. I don't think Wesley's going to play safe because he has to win a game just to tie the match. I think Wesley's going to go for broke. Wesley can't go for broke. I think he's gonna try. He's gonna try to go for broke. Okay, Wesley plays the English, which is not one of the main openings that he normally plays. He normally plays the E4, so he plays the English. So let's see what he does. Have I visited all 50 US states? No, I haven't. I visited, I think, 48. Yeah. Okay, standard two knights, G3 played. Good stuff. Magnus can play either bishop b4 or d5. He plays d5. Is he going to go bishop c5? Or is he going to play the old main line? He has two options. Bishop c5 or knight b6 are the two main lines here. Yeah. He goes knight f6. Now, there was a certain streamer by the name of Hikaru Nakamura who actually played knight f6 in one of the title Tuesdays a couple months ago against Daniil Dubov. So it's interesting that Magnus tries to play like Hikaru here with this knight f6 move. Now Hikaru got a bad position in that game. I think he did end up winning anyway, but knight f6 is not a line that's played that often. It's just not played that frequently. But Magnus thinks he's Hikaru, and so he just plays knight f6 anyway. So, all right, castle's played, h6 again. Yeah, h6 is played primarily because the e4 is threat, but also after d3, no bishop g5 here, and you create the classic Lufthansa for the king on h7. Let's see. I mean, Wesley should be. The streamer is obsessed with that Hikaru guy. Yeah, a good one. But this is not considered the best line, but I'm also not sure why it's bad either. That's the thing. Now Wesley looking away, he's thinking to the sides. He's thinking to himself like, what exact? He's thinking to himself. He's thinking like, what exactly is the best way to play against this line? Because he knows that knight f6 is a touch dubious, but it's not that big of a deal. Wesley lost last game, so Wesley needs to win this game. I think if I'm Wesley here, I'm very happy though that this is what Magnus has played because it is a touch dubious. It's a touch dubious, so you should get chances. Probably like a3, b4, rook b1, a3, rook b1, b4 is what I expect, or d3, bishop e3 first, with rook c1. Those are probably two ideas. You either go a3, something like this, with like rook b1 and b5 somewhere, or you play something like d3, bishop e3. Castles and rook c1, something like this. One of these two options. It's a best of 4 match, but Wesley can't get too low on time also. Yeah, his time usage is going to be very critical. If Wesley uses like 5 minutes on this move, he's going to be under a lot of pressure on the clock later in the game. I guarantee it. Why English in a must-win game? Because Wesley needs to win. E4 is probably, he feels Magnus is too solid. D4 very hard to get a game. So yeah, h6 is a very normal move here, but it's not about h6. Is that Wesley is trying to think about what the right line to play against this setup is, because normally black goes like knight b6 is one option, or bishop c5, one of these two options. So let's see what Wesley's going to do after doing this position. Oh, all right. Magnus sleeping here. Yeah, Magnus is he looks very very relaxed. Wesley is actually thinking here about what he's gonna do. Yeah. How am I finding the good moves here? It's not about finding the good moves. It's not about the good moves. It's about the strategy. It's about the concepts. So what Wesley is thinking about here is he's thinking about what the setup is like, because normally black puts the knight on b6 or plays bishop c5. So he's thinking, what is the difference with the knight on f6 versus like the knight? Normally the knight goes to b6, but the plans with the knight on b6 here are the exact same. You play a3, b4, d3. So Wesley's trying to think about what the right setup is. He's wasting too much time. I mean, Wesley just has to trust his instinct here and just go for it. That's what I would say. He's just got to go for it. That's the bottom line. He's just got to go for it. That's all there is to it. He plays b4, which is what I like. B4 castles. Magnus, of course. Once again, Magnus's moves here, though, to be fair, are too easy. They're not too easy, but like they're only moves that he can play. And so like Wesley's spending this time, and he's spending time while Magnus can just blitz out these moves. Now Magnus will probably think here, because I don't think Magnus actually is prep here. I think Magnus is kind of winging it a little bit, but he plays rook e8 quickly. Okay, now you either go bishop e3 or bishop b2. I don't know which one is better here. Like bishop b2, I don't know, like a6, knight d2, knight c4 makes sense. He does play bishop b2 pretty quickly. The idea is to go rook c1 and then probably knight d2, knight e4, knight c4, but you want to put pressure on c file, open up the diag, and go from there. Yeah. I think Magnus will start to think a little bit here, though. Yeah, I do expect Magnus to start thinking in this position. I don't expect an instant move, because I don't think this is prep. I think Magnus is winging it, but he's making his moves quickly. When are you going to play in the CCT? I already won one of the events, so I'm already qualified for the grand final in Toronto in December. I'm probably not playing the next event, but I probably will be playing I'll probably be playing maybe the final event of the year in like October or November or whenever it is, but probably I'm not playing any more of the events is what I would say. Most likely I'm not. I think I said this yesterday too, and a lot of people probably heard this, but right now I actually feel like I'm enjoying over the board chess a little bit more than online. I feel like Title Tuesday, of course, I'm going to continue to play, but like the idea of playing all these events if I don't have to, like I'm kind of a little bit tired of all these online these high-end online events. Not that I don't want to play against top players, but I feel like when you play all these events, the quality goes down a little bit, you burn out a little bit. I feel like when I look at this event, a lot of players are not playing at their best because they've been playing too much chess, and so that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now, at least. We get rook c1 played here. Get bishop e6, probably knight d2, I assume. Knight d2 and knight e4, knight c4. Quality over quantity. I mean, I spoke about this a lot yesterday too. I think everybody's playing too many tournaments. Like when I looked at the games yesterday, I saw Noterbeck's games. I thought Noterbeck, frankly, he did not look like the player that I've seen him be the last year or more. So Noterbeck looked completely out of it. Vishy's doing it. I mean, the three players who have mastered the tempo of playing a tournament here or there are Vishy Anand, Hikaru Nakamura, and Ding Liren. Those are the three players who have mastered the tempo in terms of figuring out which tournaments to play and which tournaments not to play in. Better in classic, tired of online chess, must be an actor. No, I'm not saying that I'm better in classical, but I just feel like I want to play more over the board lately. Hi viewers, we've been over 4K pretty much every stream for the last like week and a half at some point, so the viewership is growing. It's been very good. I didn't see Wesley hasn't been playing much, but that is true. Wesley hasn't, but when I look at like Fabiano, he looked completely burned out. He looked burned out. I like knight a4, wants to still go knight 2, maybe knight c, maybe not knight 2, maybe just knight c5 to put pressure on the pawn on e5. Does Vishy get called for these Magnus rapid events? He'd have to qualify, which is difficult. But yeah, so my general reason, I feel like a lot of players are just burned out and tired. Fabiano messed up his game against Wesley, should have won. Wesley's been very up and down. Noterbeck was terrible yesterday. I mean, other than Magnus, I feel like everybody else is kind of out of it, for lack of a better way of putting it. So that's my general view. Knight a4 is a very scary move though. Magnus is gonna have to be precise here. Like this is where Magnus is going to be precise. So honestly, looking at this position, I don't like this position for black. It looks hard to play. There's pressure on the pawn at e5. Knight jumps to c5. Pressure on the other diagonal. It looks like a difficult position to play. So Magnus, I think, is going to use time. But if Magnus can somehow get out of the next like 5 moves without being a little bit worse, I mean, it really speaks volumes to why he's so good. Yeah. Van Forest was also completely toasted too from playing the Dutch Championship. It was very clear, as I said, when I looked at his facial reactions and his match against Magnus versus his reactions when he played me, he was much more zoned out, totally just completely zoned out. So let's see. Let's see, what are we gonna get here from Magnus? Queen d3 is a good move if you want to lose. Queen d3 is not a move that you can play in this position. Not a move that you can play. Do I think Magnus is past his prime? I don't think Magnus is necessarily like at his absolute best where he was, but the other thing that's weird is I feel like a lot of players are playing worse now than they were a couple of years ago. Like I don't think Magnus has necessarily gotten worse, but I feel like for a lot of players they actually are not as strong as they were a few years ago. I think Fabiano said this too, that like for a lot of the players, there definitely are some players who it's like they're much worse now than they were before the pandemic. There are several players who are much worse now. So yeah, anyway, yeah, Fabiano spoke about this. I mean, he spoke about this in the podcast. The pandemic kind of slowed things down to some degree, yes. Let's see what Magnus does here. Queen d7 is the best move. Magnus has to calculate this long line with bishop h3 and realize that apparently he's not losing, because I think if this happens it's winning, because the queen d5 check hitting the king and the bishop. And if you go like if you go takes and then takes, there's probably some way to win here. Oh, there's knight d7 just hitting the bishop and the rook. But yeah, I mean that's the thing, like Magnus has to calculate a super long line with queen d7 and bishop h3 here, which is why he's using a lot of time. If he finds it, I'll be kind of impressed on the one hand. On the other hand, it's very hard to come up with another idea here, because knight c5 is such a concrete move, and if e4 isn't good, which it just isn't, because if it takes knight d4 just opening up the diags, then what else do you do really? If you can't, if e4 is bad, there's queen d7. I don't really know what else you can play here. Almost like maybe you can go knight d7, but again I'm worried about some d4 opening up the center of the board. So it's I think it's almost a forced move here. I think it's almost a forced move, that or e4, one of the two. But I think Magnus is going to play it. I think he's going to use maybe another 20-30 seconds. He's going to play queen d7, but he has to calculate this very long line, and when you try to calculate online versus over the board, it's very tricky. It's very tricky calculating lines online, but he does play it. He does play it. And now Wesley's thinking, I think Wesley's going to play rook e1 here, by the way. I think we'll get like rook e1, bishop h3, bishop h1. That would be my guess, because Wesley probably realizes that knight c5 is not working. D4 is a move. D4, d4 e4, d4 may be also interesting. Yeah, d4 is interesting. Wesley's body language, by the way, is very bad. His body language is not positive at all. His body language is very negative. I'm looking at it, it's like it's not the confident Wesley that I'm used to seeing either. Of course he's losing, so I get it, but he doesn't look completely there. Let's see, will we get d4 is a big question. Let me refresh. Yeah, negative energy is never good, by the way. Why is he playing in a jacket? I don't know, you guys. That's just Wesley. Yeah, Wesley's a little bit too serious with a jacket. Like, I wouldn't wear a jacket for online chess. You couldn't pay me to wear a jacket for an online chess tournament. Do you believe that the reliance on Indians creates less creative chess player? Oh, absolutely. I think there are pluses and minuses. I think the Wesley lives in Minnesota. They don't even have such a thing as AC. Now he does this, so we're gonna get bishop h3, and then what? And then what? This is the question. And then what, Wesley? And now he's down a minute and a half on the clock. You think Magnus saying his opponent's theorem holds true? Well, most of these guys probably do. I don't, but most of these guys probably do. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, but it's very different too, because like as I said, like for me, if I lose a game, I don't care. It doesn't change anything in my life at this point. But for a lot of these guys, it does matter, because they're gonna have to keep playing Magnus over and over again. And I think I don't know if I've ever said this on stream, but you know, one of the things that I think led to me having such poor results against Magnus, or just in general, even in chess, just not performing at my best in like the year or two before the pandemic, is like my mindset in tournaments was generally that generally it's like, try to play good chess, try to finish in the top half, and try to basically get second place. Like the psychology literally in my mind for a long time was basically that it was like, okay, try to get second place. Like it's always the assumption that Magnus will win the tournament. Magnus is the best player, he's always going to win it. You want to finish in like second place. Like when you have that mindset, you're never going to perform well. When that's your mindset, you'll never perform well. Yeah, like I'm not trolling. I think a lot of players actually feel the exact same way even now. I think they feel like, okay, well, I just want to have a good result, try and finish second place, and that's that. But now of course I don't care. It's like second place is the same thing as 10th place. It has no bearing whatsoever, because I have a real job now. So I think that is one of those things. It's like when you have that in your mind, it's like, I just want to do well and finish second place. You assume Magnus is always going to run the table. Why should you assume Magnus is going to run the table? He's a human, he's a chess player just like everybody else. And when you let that get into your mind, your psychology, everything is a little bit off, because then you're already giving him too much credit. That's the problem. You're giving him too much credit. Yeah. No, I mean, I mean, these are things that I never would have said like back in the old days, but I generally believe it to be true, that for me at least nowadays, it's like I just play, I have fun, and it's no big deal. It's just no big deal whatsoever. If I finish in 10th place, what's the difference between 10th and 2nd? What's the difference between like 3rd and 8th? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it just doesn't matter at all. Certainly not said when you were too serious with a tie. Me wearing a tie, yeah. No, I mean, the thing, he makes mistakes all the time, but in your mind, when you just assume that Magnus is perfect, he's not gonna make mistakes, you start assuming that he can never blunder. You start impacting you psychologically, and that's a big problem. Yeah, I rage quit against Fabian not long ago. Okay, I think Wesley's gonna sack the rook. He's gonna take, and he's gonna play like rook c6 or something. Wesley is gonna sack the rook and go for glory. I think that's what I expect. Yeah. Does first even matter if no other place does? Yeah. But no, so that's the bottom line, like as far as I'm concerned, and I think that's why I've actually started doing much better against Magnus in recent times, is because yeah, Wesley's body language is not good. Wesley has that unhappy body language. Yeah, he doesn't look good. Yeah, he's gonna sack the rook. I'm guessing he's gonna take on c7 or take on c6. I don't know which one, but yeah, like I told you guys that I had a feeling Wesley was gonna try really hard to press here. Doesn't 2nd earn more than 8th? Yeah, but I have a real job these days, you guys. It actually pays me better, so I don't care. But yeah. So anyway, we got bishop c7 here. Wesley has 2 central pawns and a bishop in return for the rook. But yeah, so that's the bottom line, as I said, is that, you know, at the end of the day, I think most of these guys, they still are afraid, they're worried. It's like whenever you play Magnus, like, oh, it's like, I'll give you another thing. You know what, one of the other things that was always in my mind in the old days, that that doesn't exist anymore, was in the old days, my attitude in tournaments was this: is like, just try not to lose against Magnus, and then you can beat everybody else. This was another thing in my mind. Like generally when I was looking at tournaments like 2017, 18, 19, it was always like, okay, you know, if I can just survive against Magnus, it doesn't matter whether I was white or black, but as long as I can survive against Magnus, then I have the potential to beat everybody else in the tournament. But again, that's another thing with the mindset, that when you go in with that sort of mindset, it's very, very problematic, because you're already sort of saying like, Magnus is just too good, I can't play against him. And that's the problem. When you have that mindset, you're in really bad shape. You get rook c8, which is unbelievably good for Magnus. He doesn't actually even take the rook. It's like tennis players now playing against Novak Djokovic. Even if he's playing bad, he's too good. Yeah. If you go here, I think there's queen e6 hitting the bishop and the pawn, and you just lose the game. So you have to go back to f4. He will take, you take, and then queen e6, e4, bishop d6. I mean, Wesley has play, but I'm worried about the time situation again. Yeah. Hey, do you think if you're not a streamer, you have the same mindset? I don't know what I would do if I was not a streamer, but to be fair to myself, Like I kind of already saw some of the writing on the wall, and like I took a gamble with streaming even in 2019. So I think that me streaming in 2019 is like, it's very worth noting that like one of the reasons I did it because I was getting burned out from chess. I wasn't enjoying chess. I needed to do something different. That's kind of what I did in Norway. I did it, but it wasn't on my mind is the point. Like that was not on my mind. In my mind I was not thinking draw Magnus and you can win the tournament. In my mind all I was thinking was just play good chess, try to enjoy the tournament. It's like because it's a vacation from my real job for a couple of weeks, so that was on my mind. I wasn't thinking about like draw Magnus and win the tournament. That was not even remotely on my mind. And in fact I was actually surprised, like I think I can say this, I was surprised that Magnus played e4 e5. Like I actually spent a lot of time looking at like Sicilians and other things prior to the game against Magnus, and then he played e4 e5, which I was not expecting. I thought Magnus was actually going to try really hard to beat me, and then he did, and I felt kind of stupid for not looking at the solid stuff, but I was. So yeah. Yeah. Hey. Okay, now we're in a critical position here. Very imbalanced position. Bishop and 2 juicers for the rook. Wesley is slightly worse if Magnus plays it correctly, but I like Wesley's decision here, sort of realizing he's got to go for broke at this point. He's got to go for broke, yeah. Some time issues, but it's not impossible to play. It's a simpler position, so we'll see. Simpler position to play. Come and get your love. It's a fact Magnus only wins because of tactics and openings. He isn't good anywhere else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about openings and tactics. Magnus is just like, he's all prep. He doesn't have any ability to play good chess. Yeah, exactly, you guys. Yeah, all right. Anyway, who's winning this game? I mean, I think this game could go either way. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Clip it and ship it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of funny things, but if this is a draw, the match continues. It's the best of 4, not a best of 2. Yeah. Wesley does look stressed. He looks stressed. Yeah. Did we get queen e6? Wesley will probably play rook e1 because I think e4 here, it just feels very committal because of rook d8. Okay, he goes to e3, which is another option. So he wants to lock the bishop on d6. I think that's the idea for Wesley, but Wesley's in trouble here. He's in trouble. I mean, computer doesn't like e3. Let me see why. It doesn't like e3 because of knight to e7 and d4 b6, and apparently, yeah, your bishop's a little bit loose here, can get trapped very easily. But I don't know if that's very human. To see knight e7, d4 and b6 doesn't really seem completely normal either, to be fair. Yeah. See what we get here. Knight e7 played, probably d4. Yeah, I mean, d4 has to be played by Wesley. Just d4, and if g5, maybe bishop d6, and you just hope that you can attack or something like this. Yeah, I mean, knight e7, good move. You got to go d4 here. Only move here for Wesley. If you don't go d4 is a connect 5, actually. Connect 5. I know this is not checkers, you guys. This is chess, not to be confused. Thank you so much to Resnicon for the resub. Thank you so much to Resnicon. Appreciate it. Thank you for the resub, man. All right, any tactics for Wesley? Not really. He's just got to go d4 and hope. Yeah, he's got to go d4 here, but I think, I mean, I think Wesley, come on Wesley, just move. You got to go, just go play d4. Plays knight d4, which maybe is okay. Yeah, he goes knight d4. I mean, I guess Wesley wants to go bishop d6 to try and lock the bishop of the pawn. Unfortunately, computer says after b6 black is better. Oh, but we got a mistake. Queen d5. Okay, so now computer wants knight b3. Let me turn off the lines. We got bishop d6, but now b6 is actually, oh no Wesley, no. Wait, but maybe there's some trick here with queen g4. Maybe you can do the right triangle trick. Maybe you can also go for a lolly on h4 maybe, but what? Maybe queen a4 to hit the rook. Queen a4 maybe makes sense here. Yeah, you got to go queen a4 I guess to hit the rook and the pawn, and like queen a4 rook a8, and then I don't know, something e4 maybe, e4 knight f5. I don't love the position. I don't love the time situation either, but we'll see. Get rook c8. So queen a6 and rook c1 is winning or not winning? Is this actually winning for black or not? Yeah, queen a6, rook c1, queen a4. But I mean, if anybody's winning it, black is winning. If anyone's winning, black is winning here. Yeah, Wesley's just not feeling it. Yeah, we're gonna get minimum chess today. I think Magnus is likely gonna win, and we're gonna get a draw in game 3. So it's gonna be a very short day of commentary on this. Yeah. Magnus is him, yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all here. Unlucky as we like to say. All right, yeah, rook c1 played here. I've played Among Us. Yeah, I have. Yeah, maybe queen a4. I mean, queen a4 I think is the only. Does computer give other moves? Let me see. H4 loses the game for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. No, wait, can't you just take and go check and queen a2? Wait, can't you go? Oh wait, no, queen a2, rook f1. There's check and knight e2 maybe. Let me turn on the line to see it. Like takes rook c1, king e2, and king h7, queen b, queen h. I don't see the win here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see the win for Magnus, and it doesn't look obvious to me at all. Oh no, it does actually make sense. No, it does make sense. So because you have check, and if knight f3 you go rook c2, you go rook c2, king d1 takes, and you lose the horse due to the pin. And if you block with the pawn, there's queen d5, and now I'm threatening to checkmate you on a2. Actually, yeah, this is but king d2, queen c5, and I guess it's winning somehow. It's not impossible for Magnus to find, but he plays king h7. Apparently it's still winning, but like queen b5 maybe, or maybe there's queen a4. Magnus, I think Magnus knows that he's probably winning, but I don't think, or he's much better, but I don't think he knows that it's winning by force. That's what I would say. I don't think he knows for sure that it's a forced win. Yeah, queen b5 is maybe the only move, but queen b5, comp wants takes, check, check, king d1, takes. I mean, this is probably winning. I mean, no, I mean, this is easily winning. This isn't even, it isn't even close. Yeah, it isn't even close. Yeah, Wesley's got no time and he's under pressure. Yeah, the engine moves are not obvious. And now I think again you run into the trick with, like, there's still the queen h5 trick, right? I think you still have the same trick with queen h. No, but then you have king d2. Maybe not so simple because now the queen covers d1. Maybe. I mean, this is a moment of truth. Magnus finds the best moves, he's gonna win here. Magnus doesn't find the best moves, it's probably gonna be a draw. That simple. It's really that simple. Because again, even this is I mean, I guess this is also winning, but where's the forced checkmate? Like, if I go, oh no, actually wait, I can't move. If I move my queen away, I get mated. Oh no, it's actually, oh no, now queen h1 or queen h5. Yeah, I mean, queen h1 is the move. Queen h5, king d2, at least you can try to pretend to survive for a while. Yeah, I plays. Yeah, I mean, you just lose. Brutal. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, well, this has been a fun day, hasn't it? Eh? No, Magnus is not lucky. He's playing good moves. I mean, it's just, yeah, Wesley, I told you what I thought was going to happen. It is happening. I mean, Wesley tried very hard to create imbalance, realizing that there was a ton of pressure on him. No, but you go queen b3, it's beautiful. You go check in here, and now you're getting mated on d1 and e1. Yeah, you go check and rook b1, queen a4, there's check and mate. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful ending. Yeah, I'm so happy that I got to watch commentator knows chess. Oh, no worries, you guys. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I mean, the rook b1 is not rocket science. I mean, it's just not difficult to spot. Maybe Wesley thinks he can set up, like, I wonder if this is actually a draw. Like, you go here and take. I mean, can you set up a fortress with the flying b? Maybe flying b with the knight and king inside. Yeah, will Hikaru run for president one day? No chance. Let's see what we got. Let me refresh the board. No moves. Yeah, I don't really get fortresses. Yeah, rook b1. I mean, this is not difficult. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, no, I mean, this is very basic. Yeah. Yeah, is Wesley holding back tears? I think he is. Yeah. When am I gonna buy a jet? I can't buy a jet, you guys. Do I look like I'm rich or something? I have instant coffee. You guys crazy? Wesley can't even get the flying V because I think to make matters worse, black can just pick up the D pawn first and then H3. Yeah. I feel bad for Wesley though. Yeah, Wesley is he's pretty sad. Too much respect. Yeah, Wesley walks into the checkmate and loses. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, it's 2-0, so yeah. Incident not ground. Stop flexing your wealth. I mean, I just go to Costco and buy my instant coffee. What are you guys talking about? I'm gonna get some more water. Give me 1 second. All right, you guys, what happened? Yeah, I mean, it's just brutal for Wesley. Very unfortunate. But best just commentary period. Glad you're enjoying the commentary. Yeah. No, I feel bad for Wesley, but I told you guys what I thought was going to happen. And like, I know these players. Like, you guys, sometimes people think that I don't know the players, but like, I know the players. I had a feeling this was going to happen after game one, because when you're down 1-0, why am I looking a little bit down? I'm not. I am a little bit tired today, but I'm not down. But no, like that's the thing, is that yeah, at the end of the day, like when Wesley loses game one, it's like you feel you've got this and you got to go for broke. Like, you're running out of time. It's like it's like you just don't have that. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough games, enough moves left. So yeah, he tried to go for broke, and I had a feeling this was going to happen after the first game, that he was going to do this. And I mean, Magnus found some really good moves. I mean, most importantly, he calculated correctly and found Queen D7. Queen D7 was probably the most important move he found. Rook C8 was also a really nice finesse, like incredibly nice finesse to spot Rook C8, because if you take right away, actually White's probably completely fine here with Bishop D6 and D4 and E4, similar to the game. But now, yeah, now it's not looking very good. What I do wonder is whether Wesley is going to Wesley's going to try to put up a fight, or he's just going to play a Berlin and just go home. Like, there is some chance Wesley might just play E4 E5, make a quick draw, and just get out of dodge. I don't think he will, but he might. I think it's possible. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So, all right. Can you commentate a game 24 of the 24/7 computer chess championship? Nah, no. Why do I prefer Costco over Sam's? That's fine. I mean, this game was also pretty high quality. I mean, again, though, there were only a couple moves from Magnus that were really important. There were only a couple finesse moves that he defined. I mean, the most important moves in this game, very specifically, were Queen D7 and Rook C8. Those were really the two definitive moves. Everything else was just very wasn't too difficult to find, but finding Queen D7 and then finding this Rook C8 nuance, very impressive. So yeah. Anyway, all right, do we have game 3? It hasn't started yet, but it will be starting pretty soon. To when are they playing? Magnus just has to draw. Magnus draws game 3, he wins. That's it. He wins game 3, it's just all over. Yeah, if he wins game 3, it's just all over. Commentate on the astonishment where certain juniors doing very well. Let's take a brief look. Let's take a brief look. Let me open a new tab. What do we have? Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, take a look. Let's take a look. What do we have? We have Astana. What's in Astana? Is it this one? Click on games. What do we have? We have a game. What is this game? Let's take a look at this game played by Denis Makanev and Hans Niemann. Let's see what happens. So we get D4, knight F6, C4, E6, knight F3, pretty normal. Okay, G3, Catalan opening. Now Niemann's known for playing the Catalan himself. What do we get? Pretty normal stuff. Nothing too crazy. Okay, knight E5, nice move by Makanev, trying to take control of the center, maybe put pressure on the bishop and the knight. Knight A5, B3, we get H6, bishop D2, knight C6, takes, queen C2. Not a big advantage for white, but I think black's slightly worse due to this double pawns and the open diagonal. We got C5, takes, bishop F4, queen E7, knight A4, back, trade, rook C1. Looks pretty good for Makanev here. Pressure on the pawn on C7, weak pawn on D5. Also, you're getting a knight to C5. We got rook C8, knight C5, queen E5, E4, takes, rook E1, takes. Looks really good for Makanev. Queen rook, triple stack, weak pawns on C7 and A7. This is a position that Anatoly Karpov or Michael Botvinnik would both like. I mean, really good position. You get queen C6, even rook C4 is good. But we get queen c6 from Makinev. a5 h4 takes. Wow, takes here. Okay, looks pretty normal. Here. Okay, it's not actually cleanly winning. And rook d7 blunders with rook b3. Rook a4. Ooh, g5 played, and Denis Makinev beats Hans. Whew. Sheesh, what a game by Makinev. That's pretty impressive stuff from Makinev. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Makinev just on a roll. What more needs to be said? Yeah, so Makinev wins, and what does that mean? That means Hans is down to what number? Let's pull up 2700. Take a brief look. That means Hans is down to number 86 in the world, you guys. Number 86, losing another 18.8 points, down to 26.55. Yeah, happens. Chess is tough. Yeah, 26.55. Brutal. All right. Did I see Tidewater stock? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, in 4 games, he drew at 24-18, drew at 24-23. He beat at 24-8. Now he lost at 24-54. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the games. Let's keep moving right along. What do we have? I don't think we have game 3 yet, do we? No, we don't. Yeah. Nihal is playing live in the Turkish league. There's a Turkish league too. Okay, what's Turkish? Go back. Turkish league. Where's Turkish league? Here's the Turkish league. We have Noterbek. Yakubov is still playing. I don't see Prague. Prague is playing. Prague. Maybe I'm on the wrong. Am I on the wrong thing? I'm too stupid. Let me look. Prague. No, I'm not seeing Prague. Is he already? Oh, but his game should show up because it's done, right? Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Let's go back to the games. We're gonna be starting game number 3 starting in a second. Oh, it's the wrong tournament. He's in the Giza hentai. We don't do hentai here, you guys. All right, so waiting for a move in game number 3. Magnus with white pieces. Magnus, all he has to do is draw this game and he's through and he wins. So anyway, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, not the right channel for that stuff, you guys. The score is 2-0. Wesley is I don't know if Wesley's gonna try and lose or he's gonna go for broke. I don't know if he's just gonna. Wesley might just make a draw here and be like, I don't want to waste my time. I could see that, but I don't know. We'll see what Wesley does. The players are back in their seats, and let's keep going. I mean, if Magnus plays a3, that'd be so dirty, but I don't think Magnus is gonna do that. No, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna play e4. No, I mean a3 would be too dirty. That'd be too dirty to do that. Also for Magnus, he probably doesn't want to do it anyway because Magnus doesn't want to waste time either. He doesn't want to have to play a 4th game. Like the goal is just to end the match, so you don't want to waste time. I'm assuming Wesley will play a Sicilian or a modern, one of the two. But not Ferrugia, sorry. But Fabiano already tried the modern. Goes knight f3 d6. We'll get check, I guess. Yeah, because if you're Magnus, why do you want to throw this game and then have to waste an extra hour of your life playing another game? Like, there's no reason to take that risk. It's not the right time for it. That's the bottom line. Wesley's in the finals. I mean, he's going to qualify. Fabiano is going to qualify. The only 2 players who are 3 players who are qualified are myself, Magnus, and Noterbek. We're the only 3 players qualified. But yeah, I mean, Sicilian I think is objectively the right choice, by the way. I think Sicilian's the right choice. But you know what's funny here is that I think that that Magnus is going to actually go in. He's going to try to beat Wesley. He's going to try to actually beat Wesley in a main line of a knight. Or Magnus is not going to make a draw. He's going to try to beat Wesley because he has a 2-0 lead. He's going to try to psychologically destroy Wesley here forever. That's what he's going to do. I know Magnus quite well, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try to he's just going to try to destroy Wesley's mental here because he figures whatever, Wesley can't beat me 2 in a row. I'd rather just go right into it and just kick his you know what. Yeah. No, Magnus that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to just permanently destroy Wesley's mental and try to win this game. Yeah. Is it frustrating Magnus is so good? I think for most top players it's very frustrating. For me, I don't care, so it's fine. But I think for most guys it is frustrating. Like, it's very frustrating. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's very frustrating for the people who are pro chess players. For those of us who aren't pro players, we just enjoy the ride, make our videos, have a good time, enjoy life. But yeah, for most of these guys, I think it's very frustrating to deal with, because like I said, you end up in a very negative mind space. Your mind space is very negative. You know what's funny is I feel like I've actually looked at this before. I think I looked at this like maybe in 2009, something very similar to this, because I think there was a British GM, maybe it was John Ems or somebody, who like this A4 line, and I think I've actually seen this position with a pawn on A5, and I think this is already bad for black. If I remember correctly, I think this is already bad for black. But yeah, that's the thing, is that at the end of the day, I think that most players, you approach tournament when Magnus is playing, like, you're like, oh man, how do I even compete against him? And you start becoming very negative, very pessimistic, like, okay, I mean, maybe I'll get lucky and win a tournament here or there, but what else can I do? I mean, I can't beat him. It's all very negative. It's very negative. I think that's the biggest problem. It's very hard avoiding the negativity. But for me, of course, I don't have any such issues anymore. I've become freed. I'm like, I what's the saying, free your mind? I've freed my mind from all this nonsense. So that's probably the single biggest reason that I actually do quite well against Magnus nowadays, is that I just like, I'm freed. I freed my mind. But unfortunately, Wesley's mind is not in great shape here. So yeah, what's the saying, free your mind? Yes, I don't believe you, or I don't believe you. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is that I think there are a few things. Magnus is very motivated. He's clearly trying to play his best chess right now. I think that some of the players like Wesley are a little bit burned out, so it doesn't help that Magnus is really motivated and playing extremely well. And then some players are burned out, which I think is making the scores a little bit more lopsided than they probably would be. Although, I mean, I think Magnus would be winning these matches anyway. But I think that's the main thing that's going on in the last like month or so. I think that's the main thing in the last month, I would say. But yeah, I don't like Wesley's position here. But you know, Wesley's got a game. You know, it's very similar to when I played Magnus in the title Tuesday, where he won 11 out of 11, where he was on like 9 out of 9. I played like E4 and he played A6, and like at first I was like, oh man, why is he doing this? But it's like, you know what, it's good. He's actually trying to play chess. Like, try to just beat him. He's letting you get a game. You should actually feel very good about getting this sort of position. So let's see, waiting for a move here. What's the point of A5? Basically it creates a permanent weakness in an endgame with a pawn on A6. That's why. Yeah, Magnus is an online rating. He's just been crushing everybody, so it's what's been going on. Yeah, no, he's crushing everybody. I'm sure that I've seen this position with the pawn on A5 before. I don't know when I looked at this, but I looked at this a long time ago, and I saw the pawns on A6 and A5, and I think it's already very good for it's very good for white. Yeah, I think Hikaru is more in Magnus's head than Alireza after this. See, of course I am, because also I will say this, and again, since I'm a streamer, I can say this, but the biggest difference is that it's like Magnus has played everybody a million times, and he has a pretty good understanding of how they view the game, what sort of openings they play, the style they play, all these little things that matter. And basically I took all that stuff that Magnus had accumulated over the last like 10 years, and I just scrambled it all up. So like the way that I play now, like I don't do certain things that I did before, and I won't get into specifics on that because then I'm actually revealing stuff that will matter later. But basically Magnus is a very good read of my style along with everyone else. But when I play Magnus now, a lot of decisions I make are not the same decisions that I would have made before the pandemic in games. Like a lot of the in-game decisions I make are completely different. I would have made completely different decisions in terms of the type of moves I played, the openings I played, all these little things. Basically, like I just erased 10 years of knowledge that Magnus had, and I've just completely scrambled everything up, which completely, I think, which also has thrown Magnus off quite a bit when he plays me. That's not to say that he isn't still great or anything, but like the sort of the little decisions that he makes against players based on the sort of the styles they play and the way they approach the game, it's completely different with me now. A lot of the little things I did before, I don't make the same decision. Like I just completely make a different decision altogether. So it's probably not that deep. Oh, trust me, Baka, it is that deep. Magnus looks at everybody's games very closely. Trust me, I know this. He looks at everybody's games very closely. He does a lot of research, and you might think that he's just studying openings, but that's not what he's doing. He looks at everybody's games very, very closely. That's why he's the best player. Yeah, that sounds like a free mind to me. Probably. I mean, you've already seen some of the stuff. You've seen some of the stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's like I know this. I'm not making this up. Like this, I know, and a lot of people I think don't realize that. But yes, it's like I could even go back to the previous game against Wesley. Like this game against Wesley, he had a feeling of what Wesley was going, how Wesley was going to approach his sort of moves. Like in game 1, I can tell you that Magnus, I don't know if he had looked at this 92 recently or not, but he knew what Magnus knew about this first game in the in this Catalan is he knew that Wesley was not going to play a move like G5. Wesley was not going to be aggressive. He might not have known that G5 was the best move, but he knew that Black would be really active and really quick on the ball here to get into a position which is still okay. And he knew that Wesley is the type of player who's not going to play like that. Someone like Daniil Dubov could easily play a move like G5 because he just doesn't care. He was prepared, yes, but the point is that G5 is not a move that a human will play. And without G5, Black is actually already significantly worse. So you have to know the move, but Wesley is a player whose style does not play those sorts of moves. That's not Wesley's game. I mean, it's not Wesley's game. Yeah. So let's see. We got castles here. He does both. He plays the best moves, but also there are situations where he will play moves because he knows that there's a certain move that's fine, but it doesn't fit within the player's style. Stylistically, it doesn't fit within the way a player plays, so they're a lot less likely to play that move. So Wesley should play not Wesley to some degree, yes. Of course, you still have to play. You're still the same player, but there's certain little decisions in terms of types of moves that you play that are different. Yeah. Magnus is just chilling and winning. He's not surfing for anything for sure. Oh, trust me, he did prep. He had a file on 92, Queen E1 92. He had a file on that. Make no mistake about it. He had a file on that. Yeah. Playing the best moves more often than not is unreal. Well, I mean, that also is that's another big part of the problem, obviously, is that it's not just that he has great prep, it's that he also plays really good moves. I mean, it's a problem of all those things are a problem. All those things are a problem. It's not just one thing. It's all those things are a problem combined, which is why it's so difficult to play against him. I mean, it's very difficult to play against him. So yeah, I mean, that's the problem, is that he has all of those advantages. So anyway, all right, let's see what we get here. Waiting for a move here from Wesley in this game. We'll see. People act like Magnus is effortless, but to be the best, you have to prep. Yeah, I mean, I know it's like people want to pretend Magnus doesn't work hard. He's just like chilling, doing nothing. Like, trust me, there's so much more to it. Yeah. He does make it look effortless. That is true. He makes it look effortless for sure. But yes, it's not effortless. Yeah. So anyway, for those guys who are wondering, I probably am going to end the stream after this game ends to do a recap of this game for YouTube. I may come back later and stream more. I'm not really sure if I will. I mean, I've been streaming a lot of hours lately, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to come back later, but I probably am going to end after this game, and then like maybe I'll reboot in like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe not, we'll see. But I'm definitely streaming tomorrow with the bullet brawl and everything else. Do it while streaming. I can't do it on Kick because there's a VOD issue, unfortunately. Otherwise I probably would, but it's what it is. Yeah. Take a rest. I could. Yeah. Can I evaluate the position? It looks very bad. Position is okay for Black, but I've never liked these positions, and one of the big problems here is that this pawn on a6 and a5 is a big issue. In the long term, one of these pawns is going to become weak. Which one it is, I don't know, but one of these pawns will become weak. Yeah, take a break, get ready for the bullet brawl, always possible. But I beat Svidorov 17.5 to 4.5. How's it going, Elham? So I beat him by a 4-1 margin. I lost rating points. Yeah, I beat him 17.5, 4.5, and I still lost rating points. Yeah. Is 4K views considered a lot for streaming? I'm new. For any platform, 4K is insane, but here on Kick, which is a little bit smaller than Twitch, it's pretty much a lot. It's a lot. And it's great because a lot of people are coming over to watch our stream. Initially we're around like 2K. Our viewership has gone up by about 100%, so it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, 4K on any platform is an amazing number of viewers on any platform. Doesn't matter. It's a huge amount. Yeah. Do you think you and Magnus together can beat Stockfish? No, you guys. Magnus and I are complete idiots compared to Stockfish. I mean, we're both trash. Like literally, us playing against Stockfish is like me playing against a beginner. We would just lose every single game. It's not even funny. Which on the one hand is like, it's kind of odd. It's odd. It's like jaw dropping. It's like jaw dropping how bad we are at chess, and yet how good we are as humans. Because yes, if we played Stockfish, we would get just like. It'll never be close. We're literally beginners at chess. We spent our whole lives on chess, but we're total beginners compared to Stockfish. Yeah. No, I mean we're literally like, we don't know anything about chess. Even though we spent years and years playing the game, we're the best amongst the humans. Yeah, like, could I drop? Dude, Stockfish is like 800 points better than us. You guys don't get it. It's like me playing a 1700. There is 0.00% chance of a 1700 drawing me. There's 0.0% chance there's 0.00% chance of us beating it or drawing it even, because Stockfish calculates perfectly. We don't calculate perfectly. We make mistakes. Stockfish never makes mistakes. It literally never makes a mistake because it's not human, and we are human, so we do make mistakes. Magnus played rook b5. Stockfish would have gone rook b7 and won the game 100% of the time. Yeah, I mean, there's no psychology, no brain slips, nothing. Just perfect chess. Perfect chess. That's it. Now Magnus is a little bit low on time in this game, so we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves, but I still like his position. Probably queen g4, rook e3, depending. There is an imbalance in the pawn structure here though. Okay, Wesley should go g6 to close the king side. The one problem with this position for Wesley is Wesley doesn't normally play these structures. The normal way you get this pawn structure is out of the Sicilian Paulsen or the Taimanov. There's one of the ways that you normally get the structure is a position like this, for example, where you get d5 castles and knight f6, like bishop f4, bishop e7, queen f3 castles. This is the normal way you get this structure, whereas Wesley doesn't play the Paulsen Taimanov like this, so he doesn't really get the structure that often. So that is the one drawback here for Wesley, is that this is not a pawn structure that he's used to playing that frequently, whereas someone like Fabiano has played this from both sides a lot. So Fabiano would feel very comfortable here. And this is another thing, Magnus would probably never go into this position against Fabiano, but because Wesley doesn't play the structure, he's happy to play it. Against Fabiano, he would never go into the structure. I mean, maybe he'll watch us back, or maybe Peter Heine is secretly sitting in the stream watching, but basically Magnus would never go into the structure against Fabiano, because Fabiano understands the structure very well. He's played it with both sides, including in St. Louis in 2004, was it 14 or in 2015 when he went perfect. He won a game in this Taimanov. He actually blew Veselin Topalov completely off the board in one of these Taimanov structures very, very easily. Isn't he threatening a draw with rook h7? He is, yes. Rook h7 is actually a big threat. So like c5 takes, you go queen h5, takes, and it's just a simple draw, and we all go home happy and no worse for the wear. Peter Heine probably watched your stream for all the games. Maybe he does, I don't know. Yeah, because now if Peter Heine is watching, he's gonna, after the match, he's gonna tell Max, well, Hikaru said you never play a structure against Fabiano, so next time you play Fabiano, some random blitz or some rapid game, make sure that you go into the structure to prove him wrong. But yeah, anyway, Wesley's got to play like f6, maybe not f6, sorry, f5, because f6 I think still blunders rook h7. So yeah, you got to go like f5. Yeah, because then he'll tell Max like, well, Hikaru said you never do it, so now you got to go play it in one of those random games. It doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see what we get. Random chess remote chess academy. I don't even know what remote chess academy is. I don't know what remote chess academy is, so sorry. Anyway, yeah. What's my record against Peter Heine? I think I played Peter Heine like maybe 3 games. Okay, rook takes f6, of course, has to be right here, just because you want to go e5, e4. Actually, the more I look at this position, the more promising I start to think Wesley's position actually is in terms of chances to create a mess. I'm starting to like his position more and more, because he's going to get a big black center. He can start pushing the pawns, and it's this for Wesley. This is about as good as he could have asked for. Yeah, we'll see. What will I do after the Magnus game? I'm probably gonna do a recap on YouTube, and I may come back and stream a little bit more later. I might not. I'm not actually sure what my plan is. Okay, queen g4. Okay, I think e5 and rook f7. Let's turn on the lines. Computer likes this position. Computer's starting to like Wesley's position here. Okay, come on, Wesley, do it. We want maximum chess, right? We want maximum chess. Last time I said that, it didn't work out very well, but we want maximum chess. Let's get e5. We want game 4. We want game 4. Let's go, Wesley. Play e5, dude. Come on, Wesley. Play e5. Don't let me down again. Magnus is not playing for a draw. He's trying to play aggressively here. I'm jinxing him. E5. Yes, it's like you want game 7. You don't want a stupid sweep. Like the Nuggets were so rude in the NBA. Like, you know, everybody wanted game 7 between the Nuggets and Lakers, and the Nuggets won and won 4 games. Like they spoiled everybody's week, and they ruined it for the NBA. Like the NBA lost so much money from that being a 4-game series. So yeah, we want it's the same thing. We want maximum chess. You don't want a sweep here. I said the Denver Nuggets, not the Chicken McNuggets. But yeah, you were happy to see Lakers lose 4 in a row. Okay, dude, cool story. Yeah. Who's my favorite NBA player? I don't have a favorite NBA player these days, but I like certain styles of play. I mean, I'm slowly getting back into basketball since the New York Knickerbockers are finally kind of decent, and they have one of the best players in the NBA in Jalen Brunson. So I'm kind of starting to get back into it a little bit. But Nuggets swept the Lakers in that was the conference finals. They swept the Lakers. They won in 5 against the Miami Heat, which was a huge bummer. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Jimmy get a win, but Jimmy is only Jimmy, and he can't always be God. So yeah. Okay, e5 played here by Wesley. Wesley has a big black center. There is some play here. We might get a game 4. I'm very cautiously optimistic that because of the time situation and the big black center that we might get a game 4. We might get game 4, maybe. I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. Okay, bishop h6 played by Magnus. It's not a move that I particularly like, by the way. He's trying to sort of keep queen. Is e4 a move or not? Let me turn the lines back on. E4 loses. So knight c5 and bishop c8. Oh, knight c5. Come on, Wesley, knight c5 or bishop c8 might also be very good. Actually, what's wrong with bishop c8 right here? Knight e4? No, wait, why is bishop c8 not just good? Come on, Wesley, you have 2 moves. Go for the glory. Yeah, bishop c8 or knight c5 both look very good. Yeah, both look very good. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I like knight c5 here. Yeah, none of y'all watch Jimmy. I've been following the Heat quite a bit the last couple of years. Like I always want Jimmy to get a ring, but I mean, one guy can't do it. I mean, I felt terrible for last year because like it was like Jimmy, it was literally, what did Jimmy put up in games? He put up like 40 in game 7, but then he missed the 3 at the end, so everyone was mad at him. But yeah, I mean, I've been following them. Yeah. When you say do better against Magnus now because you do things different, why did you kill the game in Norway? Basically what happened in Norway chess is I misevaluated Magnus's strategy. I felt that because in Norway chess Magnus was off to a very bad start. I thought he was going to try to be very aggressive against me with the black pieces, so I spent most of my time looking at very sharp opening lines in Sicilian and other things. But then like, I mean, because you only have so much time to prepare, I looked at that and I didn't look at like the very solid lines, so I misjudged Magnus's approach. I thought he was going to try to be very aggressive against me, and then he wasn't aggressive, and so I misjudged it. I thought after losing to Fabiano he'd want to be very aggressive, and then he wasn't. So it is what it is. I mean, you can't prepare for every opening under the sun right before the game anyway, and I mean, you pick what you think is most likely. Okay, now Magnus is going to use time, and I think this is going to get interesting. Yeah, the match was a draw. Yes, it was a draw. but it wasn't much of a game. It was a very straightforward forced line in a theoretical theoretical Marshall Gambit in the Rui Lopez. How do you think Tesla's Q2 earnings call will look? I assume it's going to be positive, but with the stock up at 280 plus, I'm very skeptical that it's going to be anything like. I think Tesla's going to go down on earnings. I mean, it's run up from 190 to 280. Like, that is not normal. I mean, it's run up basically 50%. It's gone up nearly 50%. I think it's all baked in. It's all the positive news is baked in. So I think it's going to go down like 5 to 10% on earnings. Maybe not 10%, it's too much, but maybe like I could see it slide like 3, 4, 5%. Somewhere in there very easily. Okay, Magnus getting low on time. Yeah, I mean, it's up 200%. Meta's up like 200%. Like, so many of those tech stocks have just like gone through the roof. So anyway, waiting for a move here. Let's see what we get from Magnus. Magnus is in trouble here, though. He is definitely in trouble in this position. There are no easy obvious moves here for Magnus either. Yeah, like Queen E2 is apparently the best move, but Queen E2 looks ridiculous because Knight C5 and like E4 winning the bishop. Like, your bishop gets trapped. So Queen E2 is not going to be played. If you go Queen D1, I mean, everything that's happening here is looking really, really bad. And Magnus's rook on H3 is also completely misplaced. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that Wesley wins this. I mean, based on time usage more than anything else. Okay, rook G3, logical. I mean, I assume we're gonna get Knight C5 or Bishop C5 or something. I mean, Wesley is never gonna get a better chance than this to win. Honestly, he's not going to, because he's got a big black center. He's up 4+ minutes on the clock. I mean, this is as good as it's gonna get for Wesley. Yeah, this is as good as it's gonna get. I mean, I want Wesley to win because I want a game 4. Like, I mean, like, I want a game 4. I want game 4. So bicycle business in Europe, that's not my business, you guys. That's a different Nakamura, but thank you for mentioning that. Let's see what Wesley's gonna do here. Yeah, I mean, basically Magnus has gotten these pieces on the king side that are just doing nothing, and the rook on A1 is completely out of the game. It's on the wrong side of the board. It should be on E1 or F1 to do something over here. I mean, Wesley is much better. I mean, Knight C5, Queen E1, Bishop F5 is definitely a line. I mean, I kind of like E4 with like Knight E6 or something, or even, I guess there's you can't go after the rook right away. Computer wants rook F7. Strange move. But Wesley needs to not use up all his time here. He needs to stay sharp. Oh, it wants Knight C5, Queen D1, E4, Bishop F1, Rook B8. Okay, that's a little bit dank. I don't know if I expect Wesley to find Rook B8, but yeah, basically I want game 4. That's what I want. I want a game 4. Come on, Wesley. Wesley's time usage is still relatively okay. It's still okay. I mean, is Rook B8 here even a move? Actually, Rook B8 here is a pretty nasty move to play also. Actually, I kind of like Rook B8 because it's like this sort of in-between move. It hits the pawn, but B3 I think is going to lose to Knight C5. Yeah, I really like Rook B8. You also have Rook B4, and it's a move where you don't actually know exactly what you're supposed to do with white. Because you still have options. You can play like Bishop G5, B3. I mean, maybe Knight A4 or something, but it's not obvious what your next move is after Rook B, so you're gonna have to burn some clock. But Wesley has got to make a move soon. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Magnus saves the game still, but Wesley's up on the clock. He's got a winning position objectively. Like, what more can you ask for in life? Ultimately, what more can you ask for? Come on, Wesley. I'm gonna go use the Russian. I'll be back in 1 second. He plays Knight C5, which is good. Oh, we got rook b8. Nice. Nice. Although rook b8 was apparently not best, right? Or it's still good. I don't know. Apparently it's still good, but he was supposed to play e4 first, right? I think that was the computer line. But Wesley's got... What is rook d6? I guess... Oh, Wesley wants to go e4, d4. That's why. Okay, it makes sense. He wants to start pushing all the p. Here we get queen c1. It's still good, but I mean... Rook f7 seems so much more logical just to keep the play alive on the file somehow, but I don't know. I don't know, like, we'll see. Wesley cannot let the time even out though. Wesley's got to keep moving fast. The problem is Wesley knows he's better, and so he's feeling this pressure to try and find the absolute best moves because he's playing Magnus. Okay, he goes back to f6. I mean, it's still very good, but yeah, knight a4 is a good move. Knight a4 is a good move because it simplifies the board here, and Wesley has wasted time by getting the rook over, but I mean, it's still good, I guess. It's still very good, but come on, Wesley, you gotta go. You can't let the time even out here. Come on, Wesley. And if he doesn't trade the knights, then he doesn't have an advantage. Like if you go here and there's knight b6, I'd already be quite worried. Oh, it's funny, computer actually thinks knight e6 is still okay. Interesting. Come on, Wesley. Thinking too long here. He's thinking too long. He goes e4. We'll get bishop e2 or bishop f1. Okay. Yeah. Probably takes and then just like, I don't know, like bishop b7 and rook f8. Just simple chess here. But Wesley needs to move here. He's just got to go. I would just take and play bishop b7 to go you go rook f8, and you also have c5 and d4 to open up the diagonal. Seems pretty obvious to me. But again, Wesley might not want to trade the knights because of the time situation, but he's just, come on, Wesley, just go. Okay, takes, yeah, bishop b7 and then rook f8. What? Oh wait, is queen f8 a genius move? Oh wait, this might be a genius move. Wait a second. Oh wait, did Wesley trick Magnus? Actually, he might have. Wait a second. Magnus is losing something here. You can't guard both. Wait, I didn't see queen f8. Did Wesley find a really good move? Queen f8 is actually really brilliant, because you push, you lose, and you move the queen, you hang the juicer on b2. And now Magnus is gonna have to use a lot of time here to try and come up with something. It's funny the computer thinks queen d2 is best, and then it wants rook b7, rook f7 with a legendary triple stack. That's crazy. f3 played. Okay, what's the winning move? The computer says it's winning. Why is it winning? Let's see. Queen c5 and queen f2 is apparently winning. If Wesley finds queen c5, oh yeah, baby, come on, Wesley, let's go. Maximum chess, even though I don't think Wesley's gonna win game 4. Maximum chess, let's go. I mean, rook a1, maybe only move e3, queen e1, something like this is the way you try. Okay, not, oh no, did Wesley just blunder? No, what? Why is this bad? Queen g5, and apparently you're in the game again. Queen g5, very hard move to play, by the way, because there's just rook takes b2, for example. No, I mean, actually no, this is fine. Computer's smoking something. Never mind, computer's smoking something. When he gets Magnus with black pieces, yeah. Well, I mean, this is more on Magnus because he tried to be a hero. He wanted to go for the perfect 3-0, so he wanted to go for broke. Takes, I mean, obviously rook f3. I mean, this is winning, but it's not trivial. Yeah, there's still chances for Magnus, but but I think he's gonna lose. Probably takes and like queen f6 or something. Just simple chess here, but I don't know. It's still going on. Yeah, queen f6 is what I expected. Not best, but it's good enough. Bishop f5, of course, activate the bishop. Yeah, bishop f5, come on. You think it's gonna be a draw? I don't think it's gonna be a draw because Wesley's up a pawn and Magnus's king is open. If Magnus's king wasn't open here, I think he'd have chances to swindle, but with the open king I highly doubt. Like rook e8 and bishop e4. Yeah, if the king wasn't so open on h1, I think Magnus might save this, but with the open king I doubt it. Yeah, rook e8, of course, guard the bishop. Yeah, because rook e8, bishop e4, rook e4 is fine because there's a mate on f1. Come on, Wesley. Rook e8, let's go. If it gets to a rook endgame, Magnus could survive, but Wesley's just got to move. Come on, Wesley. Rook e8. Keep the heat alive. Come on. Yeah, maybe like rook e5 and rook g5, of course. Yeah, rook e5, rook g5. Come on, go. Yeah, just rook e5. Wesley needs to move quicker though. He's not moving quickly enough, I feel like. What the heck is that? What is rook f8? Rook e5 is so obvious. Yeah, I mean, what is rook f8? And I mean, bishop takes e4 and queen somewhere was drawing. Queen g2 is drawing. Rook e5, come on, Wesley. Play rook e5. Jeez. How is Wesley doing this? I mean, this is unbelievable. I don't, why is Wesley getting tentative here at the end when he finally has the game won? Now there's queen a7 maybe. Is there queen a7? Oh, now he finds rook f5. He couldn't find rook e5, but now he finds rook f5. Okay. Computer says rook h5 just wins. c4 is apparently a draw. Okay, rook h5 wins again. Now he finds it. Okay. I think Wesley's gonna win, but my god, did he make this messy. My god, did he nearly mess this up. Yeah. Yeah, rook f4 of course, and then queen g5. What? Wait. Queen b2 wins. Wait, Magnus resigns? Apparently, what's the draw? There's some draw here. What's the draw? Queen b6 apparently is a draw. Wesley tried so hard to throw that game. Wow. We get game 4, boys. We get game 4, but geez. I don't know why Wesley didn't play rook e5. Like, what was he thinking here? Like, everything I thought everything up to this point was mostly okay, but to not go rook e5 here is just insane. I don't know how you don't play rook e5. Yeah, I don't know how you don't play rook e5. It's just beyond me. But you know what we did see? We did see that again, when the time got low, when Magnus is down, he blundered. Like, if Magnus is low, queen b6 isn't a draw. Magnus' chance to win? Really? What do you mean? Why? You just take. Am I missing something? Oh my god, b5. Oh. Oh my god, b5. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. That's an b5 is a ridiculous move because if takes, the pawn pushes through. Like I just assume takes rook b4 is GG. But you go b5 and oh my god, and then after rook b4 there's like check and there's like ba6 and suddenly white's trying to win. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a mess. Holy. Jeez. That's, oh my god. And this is why we would never be able to play against Stockfish, by the way. Because Stockfish would find this, play b5, and we just lose our minds, any one of us. That's insane. That's actually insane, but wow. At any rate, Wesley does win. We do get our game 4, which is good. Yeah. No, I mean, the whole thing is insane with seconds on the clock, but this is kind of the point that I'm making. That's why when people ask us about, as humans, like, could Magnus try to do well against Stockfish? Like, oh, there's rook. Oh my god. Oh, actually, wait. You're right. There's more to it. There's more to it. You're right. There's more to it. Jeez, it goes on. You're right. Takes, and then rook c5, and white wins. Wait, so is white winning here? Wait, what? No, wait, but white's winning. No, no, then white's actually just winning. Wait, what? White's White's actually winning here. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. And this is why, yeah, you guys ask, like, Magnus and I play against computers. No, because even if we got a winning position, we play a move like this and we turn a win into a clean loss. No, it's a loss. You're actually, it's just winning for white. It's just winning for white. Yeah, and you guys wonder why we can't play against Stockfish. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you wonder why we can't play against Stockfish. Yeah, that's actually disgusting. Yeah, but Wesley wins. Jeez, Wesley gets the win. It's 2-1, and game 4 is going to start pretty soon. Yeah, it should be Magnus versus Hikaru. I'm not playing the event. Wesley finds a way to win. I mean, Magnus tried to go for the clean 3-0 because it didn't have the depth, or my computer's weak, something like that. I don't know what, but Magnus is human. Magnus would have found that if he had like 10 minutes on the clock for sure, but with seconds on the clock, you've been losing the whole game. It's not an easy move to spot. Yeah. Yeah, Wesley gets game 4. Yeah, the game 4 is coming up. Yeah. There's a junior at 2700. Yes, you guys, we know who's at 2700. We know. Yeah, Pragnananta just crossed 2700 or something. So what a boss. That's all I can say. What a boss. What a boss. So, all right, let's keep going. Round number game number 4 will be starting pretty soon. Actually, game number 4 is going to be starting very soon. I think probably they're going to take a long break, like 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then yeah, game 4 coming up. So all right, you guys, we're waiting for game number 4. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the big wide world. Prague now as good as Hans is down to number 86 in the world. His rating is 2655. So I think comparing Pragnananta with Hans is not really a very good comparison, considering one player is running the table, the other player is losing a lot of rating points. Prague is number 31. Yeah, I mean, number 31 and number 86, slight difference, but hey, slight difference. So yeah. Yeah, no, we showed it earlier. 2700 shots. If you look, Hans Demon, he's number 86 in the world. His rating is 2655. He in this latest tournament, he once again is struggling against the 2400 players. I mean, he's drawn 2 2400s. He lost to a 2454. He beat a 2408 in the middle. World Open, not much better. If you look at the World Open, he drew a 2459. He lost to a 2470. He drew a 2230. He won the rest of his games, but I mean, he's drawing 2400s and losing 2400s. And if your rating is like 2700, that's not going to get it done. Make no mistake about it. So back to the games, waiting for game number 4. Let's go back. Let's see if we get what we get. Yeah, Min is about to win Division 3 in Armageddon. Minlay just lost. No, or wait, no, there's another game. No, Minlay is going to win Division 3, so he moves to Division 2, right? Or something like that. No, Minlay is going to lose. Minlay's losing in Armageddon, you guys. Minlay's losing. He's losing to Yu Yang. I thought you said he was winning. Was he winning? This was -4 and oh no, Minlay was winning. If he goes Rook D7 and Rook H7, he's winning, but he played Rook D1. Oh no, Minlay's gonna lose in Armageddon. Oh no. Oh, Rook D7, Rook H7 was winning. He played Rook D1, and now he's gonna lose. Oh my god. He's gonna lose. Actually, he's gonna lose now. He's gonna lose here. Wow. Oh no. Big Sag. Queen C4 loses a check and mate. The knight covers a square. No, you have to sack your Pokemon and then pray. But he's praying here. He's praying for something. Like Queen B7, Knight C3, Queen B3, Rook C1. I mean, Minlay has some chance to maybe save it, but I don't think he's going to. Yeah. He sacks the queen, and now let's see what we got. Can I say hey everyone? Hey everyone, how you guys doing? So all right, let's see what we got. Queen e6 played. Idea queen f5 here. Knight c3. Is this losing somehow? Checking queen c2. Ack. Oh, now there's queen b3, queen b7 with a right triangle too. There's queen. He's gonna make a repetition, and then maybe queen f8. Okay, but this is a close game here. Let's see what we got. There's queen b4 also. Muhammad Saleh's 1300 rabbit. I found his account. Okay, like I said, I think queen e8 and what was I saying, queen e6 and queen b3 should be winning for white. I think, yeah, should be winning. Yeah, chat's bunch of knuckleheads coming into chat. Yeah. Okay, queen e6 and queen b3 to create the right triangle. Why is Yu Yangi still thinking here? I mean, queen e6 is not a hard move to find again. He already played it once. Like, why isn't he just going to go here and then play queen b3 and queen b7? Or maybe he's going to go queen c6. I guess is the other idea. Queen c6 or queen a4 maybe. I think queen a4 is actually winning here, right? Yeah, queen a4 was winning, except takes you queen c2. But anyway, the show goes on. He plays queen c6, e1, maybe just c4 here. I'd go c4 to start pushing the p. Push the p because on rook e2 you have king f3. Yeah, now c4 is very good. C4 because rook e2 there's king f3 and queen d3. I think, yeah, c4 of course, or queen d3 also. Queen d3 maybe simpler actually. I'd go queen d3 and then c4. How do you not play queen d3 here? I mean, just queen d3, it's so simple, and then just push the pawn. Are you kidding me? A 2700 plus player playing this? Wait, now wait. No, what? Why didn't he check? Oh no, what is he doing? No, what are you doing, Minlay? No, what are you doing, Minlay? What? Now he's just losing because you get killed. They're just check and check. There's a check on either square, or queen c7 wins also. But oh no, just check. Oh, Minlay. No, I mean you just check. You just force the king to f1 and then you go check and take. No, although maybe there's something else with knight g3. Knight g3 and rook a2 is apparently a draw. Oh, because now the knight gets to f4 also. I mean, I can understand missing that, but to not play rook e1 and rook e2 is unbelievably bad. No, what was that by Minlay? That's not how you get it done. Oh, Minlay loses the final in Division 3. Very sad. Yu Yangi is very good. Yeah, Yu Yangi is a 2700 plus player. Yeah. Anyway, all right, waiting for Division 1. Do we have game 4? Okay, here's game 4. Let's get ready. Game number 4 started between Magnus and, of course, Wesley. So it's 2-1 Magnus. Magnus again needing only a draw to win the match and move on. Not move on, but get his famous NFT trophy, which isn't even real. But Magnus will get cold hard cash. He will get dollars, which are worth something, unlike a fake NFT trophy. So Magnus, of course, if he draws this game, he will get $30,000, which matters a lot more than a fake NFT trophy. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Waiting for a move. No, that wasn't Wesley, it was Minlay. Okay, the cams are back on. Here we go. Game number 4 of this match between Wesley and Magnus. Let's see what we get here. Okay. Wesley plays the English opening, or the Brexit gambit as we like to call it. Very bad gambit, because obviously all they did was hurt themselves. I'm 21-3 versus Magnus and Press. 21-3, what? I don't know what you mean by that, but anyway, yeah. Nah, bro, that JPEG is so bad something. I'm gonna hang it on my wall. Yeah, Magnus playing rock solid here. Classic QGD setup, potentially a Ragozin with bishop b4 or a QGD. We'll see what Wesley does. I have a feeling Wesley's going to play e3 b3. Bro thinks he's probably Hikaru in a must-win game, and he's going to go b3 bishop b2, I think. Now Magnus could play c5 to try and force the issue very early if he wants to, but we'll see. We'll see what we get here. Who would win, Ding or Magnus? Ding would not win. Yeah, Magnus thing here is he's trying to figure out which setup he wants to go for. Now it's not so bad using time here, because whichever setup Magnus picks, he will be able to blitz out the next 3 to 4 moves very quickly. Yeah, so he goes for the forcing c5 line, and this is the problem. This is a very forcing line, actually. C5, you have to know exactly what you're doing with the white pieces. You have to take on d5. Normally it goes like takes bishop b5 is one of the most prominent lines with d4. I think I had something like this against Gucci Reza recently. Maybe not recently, but I think I had it against Gucci. You could also play d4 as well, and then we end up in d4 knight 6. This of course is played the game between D Gukesh and Hikaru Nakamura from Norway Chess as well. This sort of the semi trash opening. Hikaru did win that game with the black pieces, so maybe we'll get d4 here from Wesley. It's worth noting, of course, d4 knight 6 was featured in that very fateful last round game as well between Ding Loren and Hikaru Nakamura, the game which Ding won to qualify for the world championship match. So we'll see if Wesley goes d4 to try and follow the mainline theory, or whether to take on d5. One of the two moves should be played. He goes d4. Okay, you can play knight c6, but you can also play a6. Multiple options. You can also probably trade pawns. We'll see which one. Magnus here, he's tilting his head. He's thinking to himself, which line do I want to go for? He's vaguely trying to think about which line could there be big surprises in, versus which one is just like a solid structure and which is more stable. The semi-trash was invented by Siegbert Trash. Correct. Yeah, Siegbert Trash, the famous German player. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, you guys. Right on. Spot on. Okay, Magnus plays a6. King e7 would be very surprising. Yeah, Magnus will never play king e7. Yeah, wish I could zoom watching you on my phone like you can on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet. They've had time. I don't know what the kick devs are working on specifically. If I'm Wesley here, I would actually trade just to play for the imbalance. Because the imbalance, Wesley, it doesn't matter whether he draws or loses. He has to go for the win here. So if I were Wesley, I would just trade the pawns on d5 for the pure imbalance, for nothing else, because a win is the only thing that matters. So you want an imbalance. So that's what I would think. After aim chess, I'm probably going to call it a day and go record a YouTube video on this match, unless Wesley wins and we get Armageddon. Like if Wesley wins and we get Armageddon, I'm still probably doing the same thing, but I'll probably call it a day and end. We have the bullet brawl tomorrow and be streaming for quite a while. Clearly Wesley is listening to the stream because he does trade on d5 for the imbalance. Now either bishop d3 or bishop e2. I mean, the point is that there's an imbalance in the pawn structure. It's not stable pawn structure. So let's see. G3, interesting. So Wesley is trying to go for an idea that of course Hikaru has played this quite frequently too, but this is now turned into the semi-trash. I think here black gets b5 and knight c6. I think black is supposed to be better here, by the way, but I like what Wesley's done. The only problem is normally in the semi-trash, you get like a traditional move order. Let's say you got some order like this, for example, knight f3, knight f6. Normally what can happen is you go like g3, knight c6, bishop g2, bishop e7, and at some point you get a position like this, for example, where you can go e3, c4, but the bishop is outside of the pawn chain. So when we look at this position back here, you'll notice it's the exact same structure, but the bishop is inside the pawn chain on c1. So I think Magnus is already a little bit better here because he needs the bishop on g5 or f4 versus inside the pawn chain from f2 to d4. So it's already looking quite good for Magnus. Wesley's going to play knight e5 castles, and he's going to play like f4, try to play a Stonewall Jackson probably with the pawns out like this, something like this. I expect. I think we're going to get a Stonewall Jackson. I expect a Stonewall Jackson with f4. It's all. Why is that called the Stonewall Jackson? The Stonewall normally occurs out of this any random position, but you can get a position like this, and this is what we call the Stonewall with the 3 pawns like this: d4, e3, and f4. This is what we call the Stonewall. So you play f4 and it's a Stonewall. I mean, of course it's chess pieces. It's not. I mean, I'm not Stonewall, but you know, whatever. Yeah, we got bishop d2, knight 6, probably f4 or knight c6. One of the two will be played. Yeah. I said it's possible there'd be 2 view arenas and there were none. True. Yeah. Named after the well-known American racist Confederate general. Terrible general at that. But I know the actual origin of the name. I don't know. Obviously we meme these days. I'm not sure the actual origins. Stonewall chess origins. No, there's actually like no information. The Stonewall, there's no history on it. Yeah. Stonewall, yeah. It doesn't say much. Thank you, DJ Henny, for the sub. I don't know. It just says there's nothing. No. Hey, Hikaru, I live in the town of Stonewall Jackson's grave. Nice. Nice. What's the difference between a Stonewall and a Maroxy bind? Maroxy binds you don't have a weakness generally, but it's similar. You're right. Yeah. If I were Wesley, I'd play, but f4 actually looks ugly because now the problem with the Stonewall is that you give up the square. There's a huge hole on e4. So probably if I'm Wesley, you just take and maybe go b3, maybe knight a4. You should trade though. You should probably trade here. That's what you should probably do. Magnus is better. It doesn't really matter though because Wesley has to win this game. Yeah. The bishop on d2 is not very good. That's why I said normally when you get the classic Tarrasch, normally the way you get it is like you get some position like this and you fianchetto and then you go bishop g5, castles, something like this. And with the bishop outside the pawn chain, this position generally is quite decent for white, but in this position, as you'll notice, it's very similar with the structure, but the bishop is inside the pawn chain, so the bishop on d2 is not very good. What age am I retiring at? A3. Interesting move. I'm not retiring anytime soon. I think I'll retire before I turn 40 though. I will say that I think I'll retire before I turn 40. So yeah, I'm 35, so I project 4 more years of chess. That's my prediction. We'll see in 4 years whether that's true or not true, but that's my prediction. Yeah. Retire from chess but not streaming. Yeah. Hikaru at 40, 1 more year. Yeah. Yeah. 4 more years, as the saying goes. 4 more years, as we say. Isn't that Donnie's line? 4 more years. B4 interesting from Wesley. Very, very interesting. So it's gonna be takes, and Wesley's gonna try to play against a weakness on c6. I like what Wesley's doing here, by the way. I actually really like it. I like what Wesley's doing. I think it's very inventive, very creative, and I think it's quite reasonable. Yeah. It seems a little bit early to retire if you're Biden. Yes, you guys, thank you for comparing me to Joe Biden. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for comparing me to Joe Biden. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we get here. Is there some trick? I was wondering if there's some kind of like fried Fabiano with like queen h5 here to hit the knight, something weird, but I guess it doesn't work. If you retire, most of the people will quit chess. It's not my problem. Not to be rude, but that's not my problem. I mean, I would say that if I were to quit, like at the end of the day, there's, you know, that's not my fault. That's chess.com's fault. Like, I mean, like again, we play chess. People are supposed to think about the future. You think ahead, all these different things. Like if the chess world can't plan for an eventuality where I'm not playing or Magnus isn't playing, then that's their own fault. That's not my fault. Simple reality. You don't have to like it, but it's simply true. Like that's not my fault. Okay, we're probably gonna get rook c1 and knight, but knight a4 is not actually, you can't, like what you want to go like rook c1, something like this, and knight a4, but you hang the bishop, so you can't quite do it. Yeah, Have you ever seen the rain? I like Magnus's h5 h4. He's trying to push on the king side, so we'll see. Now let's see. Yeah, rook c1 and knight b1 is playable. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Is my mouse better? It's the same mouse except from my upstairs computer. So maybe I actually busted the mouse. Maybe I busted the right clicking button on my mouse on the other one. He goes queen c2 to stop. He does it to stop bishop f5 and also to prepare like h4 knight a4 to get the bastion on c5. So I think there's a big danger though of Magnus being able to checkmate Wesley on the h file. Like there's knight h4 queen g5 queen h6 and there's just gonna be some kind of weird checkmate lurking. I feel like maybe not, computer doesn't love it, but yeah, I think the danger here is that eventually you eventually get sauce on the g file, or not g file, sorry, the h file. So we'll see. No, by busted, what I mean is that I think probably during the Botez Gambit speedrun I was clicking it too much and maybe the right click button got messed up. I'll probably plug it in and check later though, so we'll see. We get h3. So okay, Magnus is going to go for the classic lolly checkmate. He wants to do the lolly on the g2 square down the road. He's going to go for the classic lolly mate. So something like this, just to illustrate what that is, you get some position like this, and of course with queen g2 with the pawn and the queen. As everybody knows, this is the lolly checkmate named after Giambattista Lolli, the famous Italian chess player from the 1700s, not to be confused with something else. So anyway, yeah, Magnus is definitely trying to lolly Wesley. Yeah, Wesley won't fall for it. He won't, but yeah. What happened to Canty's rating? How is he only 2145 feet? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. What will you confuse it with? Yeah, I have the exact same mouse. So yeah. Around the interesting, computer wants to take and go queen d7 and just basically dominate Wesley on the light squares here, because basically you look at this bishop, just to illustrate it, you got some position like this and look at the dominance on the light squares by Magnus, and now there will be a lolly here for sure. So it's interesting, computer wants to just take and then dominate on the light squares. Wesley has a chance. Magnus could very easily make a mistake. What I don't like about this position is that I think the moves are too easy for Magnus. Once again, he's up on time, and Wesley doesn't have clear-cut plans here. But if Wesley can get like f3 or knight a4, he will have chance to maybe do something. If Magnus takes on c3, I will be hugely impressed. It's not hard once you see it, and especially when you use a computer, you can spot it instantly. But to understand that you can just dominate on the light squares is not easy, especially because you're giving up the bishop pair. So let's see. Turn around. Yeah, the issue is a long-term weakness. Yeah, it's a long-term weakness, and that's the problem. But again, it's very scary too, because like this looks very dangerous also. But maybe you're okay here, because again, now you can play f4 at some point and break the lolly. There's no lolly anymore. Like queen f6, you go f4, no lolly on g2, and now you get like rook e1, rook b1. Your knight is good, and now it's a light square bishop that doesn't do anything because everything's on dark squares here. So bishop on g4 kind of useless now. So I mean, Wesley's got to go knight a4. Let's see if he does it. I don't think we're gonna get Armageddon, but we'll see. Come on, Wes. Although also this looks very scary too, because black can also just take with a pawn, and now if you go f4, there's end peasant. There's end peasant here on f3. But I think Wesley, in a must-win situation, you cannot burn time here. You just have to go and hope the moves are okay. That's all you can really do here. You just have to go for it and hope they work. I think you have to just go knight a4 and pray. This is a 15-minute game, yes. Meme god of chess. Yeah, rook b1 may be playable, but I'd be very worried because now there's a lot of pressure. Queen f5, knight e4. I'd be very worried here. Of course, I just drank this whole jug of water, so I'm gonna go use the restroom once again, and I'll be back in 1 second. I mean, Wesley still can win, but we'll see. How much is this? Drink what? 1 liter of water? 1 liter. 1 liter. Okay, Wesley plays knight b1. So what Wesley is trying to do is trade and get the knight to grip these 2 squares on f3 and e4. That's what he's trying to do. Let's see what we get. Pre-rest in peace Wesley. I mean, the show goes on, but Wesley has a couple of problems here also. He has another problem that the pieces are so passive here. His rook on a1 is so passive. Maybe Wesley will play like bishop b4, bishop c3 to get the knight to d2 because he's really worried about the weaknesses on the light squares. Technically it's a blunder. Getting his 10 cups of water. Yeah, he goes bishop b4. I expected this. He's trying to get his knight to either d2 or c3, probably d2 to cover all the threats on these 2 squares specifically. That's what he wants to do. Oh, the computer hated it because I think after knight e4 you're apparently, are you just losing here? Yeah, because you can sack the horse, right? You sack the horse and you go queen f6. Yeah, and there's gonna be something bad happening. You go here and rook e3 and bada bing bada boom, you get smashed in the center of the board. Check here, check, not rook d8 of course, check, king f1 and boom, queen g1, as we like to say, boom goes the dynamite. Brutal. Yeah, that's what knight e4 knight f2 is just crushing. Yeah, I think what I mean for really the only question is for Magnus is whether is to make sure he calculates that this is winning. So he should use his time here, use like a minute and a half or 2 minutes to calculate the line, because basically the point is if you don't have knight takes f2 in this position, you're actually, if you don't have knight f2 for example, like you trade, I think suddenly white is actually maybe even better here because now you lose all your threats on the light squares. So Magnus should use his time here and just calculate the knight e4 knight e2 knight f2 line. If he calculates it correctly, he will play it. He will play it for sure if he calculates, because knight e4 is also an obvious move with the idea of queen to f6 again, like a4 queen f6, and now again you're getting lollied on g2 yet again. So let's see. If you take the knight, yeah, you can take, I guess, rook e4, not rook e2, I can't make moves, and play knight d2. I mean, this is okay here. I guess it holds temporarily, but now they're big problems because now you don't have a light square bishop. Now they're big lolly threats on g2 down the road. Yeah, I mean, I want more shots. I want Wesley to win for Armageddon, but I mean, I'm not sure. Wesley has gotten a position that could go either way. Well, let's see. Ooh. Yeah, Wesley probably will realize that knight to knight takes f3. It's just he's getting absolutely steamrolled. Yeah, he's gonna have to take the knight and go knight d2 and just try to survive. That's all he can do. I mean, knight e4 is screaming to be played, so I'm not surprised that he found it, but it's unfortunate because yeah, I think now for Wesley he's gonna have to take and play knight d2 or bishop e1 and knight d2, but like at this point it's starting to get really unpleasant because now it takes and bishop f3, and I mean just Lollytown USA, as we like to say. So I mean knight c3 maybe, but then there's a5, your bishop is stuck on b4. f3 is winning. F3 knight f3. Let me think, why is f3 bad? Probably queen g5 and then rook e1 and then takes, I mean, this feels losing, no, because something bad is happening here. Let me turn on the lines. Oh yeah, this is actually losing. Bishop f3 is better than knight g3, but same thing. I mean, same difference. Yeah, same difference. Wesley, by the way, Wesley's face is definitely different, just to be clear. Wesley has this angry face. Wesley is feeling very disrespected and he's angry right now. I'm just looking at Wesley's face. He's angry and determined. Wesley has an angry face. This is not the normal facial expression from Wesley. He's angry. You can see he's like biting down his lip. He's angry. He's angry right now. He's feeling disrespected. He's feeling disrespected. I can tell from his face. Now he's like a little bit calmer, but yeah, he is angry. Now he's starting to he's slowly starting to calm down a little bit, but yes, yeah. Guys, do you think he's angry? No, he definitely is angry. Wesley doesn't bite his lip and look like that. I don't think I've ever seen him look like that, ever, actually. We want better music. Okay, yeah. Io Wesley's wife. Wesley doesn't have a wife. What are you talking about? So anyway, but yeah, Wesley normally is much more chill. He doesn't have like, there isn't like the stress in the face. Almost never. I mean, almost never. Yeah. Bro's playlist from teens into 95. What, you don't like Christina? I mean, come on. Fine. If you don't like Christina, let's put the other the it girl of the 90s. Wait, Spotify not working? Now Spotify's not working. I'm gonna close Spotify and reboot it. Spotify again messing up, like it's stuck. And task. Let me add all the tasks for Spotify and reboot it. Yeah, Spotify's been actually really weird lately. Yeah. There we go. All right. Yeah, Spotify's been really weird. It's been really shaky, I feel like. Okay, BRI. There we go. Here we go. All right. More good music. Okay, what do we got? Waiting for a move here. Wesley trying to salvage it. I'm so worried that something bad is going to happen here in the middle of the board down the road. Something like some sack. Yeah, Queen f6 is a good move. He wants the lolly. He wants control. He wants to stack the two towers and go for the kill. Did it again. Problem for Wesley here is that Magnus' position is so easy to play. Like Magnus is just gonna like literally sit on this position. Like we'll play like, did I get a Twitter payout? I don't know, but he's gonna literally sit on the position. And if you're white, there's like nothing you can do here. It's so hard to play. Mind you, maybe you get f3 somewhere, but it really feels hard to play. From Christina to Brittany, nice troll. Yeah, come on, Brittany is Brittany. Every boy liked Brittany back in the 90s. Okay. Let's see what Magnus will do here. Like, I don't know, Rook e8's a move, a5's a move, maybe Queen f5. How's the weather in Florida? The weather is good. Yeah. Not Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. That's true. Actually, good point. Yeah, didn't his like security guard like shove her or something? Like insane. Yeah. All right, brother, it's almost been 30 years since the 90s. Don't remind me, you guys. Don't remind me. It's like I said, when I played chess, and it's like if someone was born in 2000, I can kind of accept it. But when I start hearing about people born in like 2010, I'm like, wait a second, there's something wrong with this world. So yeah, like there's something wrong with this world, because I see it's like I see someone born in 2000, it's like, okay, that's new. 2001 too, okay, but then when I see people born in like 2010, I'm like, wait a second, something is wrong with this world. Something is wrong with this world. Yeah, 90s were the best decade though. Yeah, 90s were the best decade for sure, no doubt. Yeah, 90s were as good as it gets. I doubt any decade in my lifetime will be as good as the 90s were. It was good because of Bill Clinton. It was just a good time. I mean, there's the internet, there wasn't a deficit. Like, it's just a good time. It was the best decade, I think, but numerically speaking or economically speaking, by far. because the GDP grew like every year. I mean, so many people went from like being in poverty to the middle class. The 90s were amazing. Yeah, 90s were just the best decade for a plethora of reasons. Did it again. So all right, Magnus getting a little bit low on time. We're getting into a very sort of situation where actually for Magnus he has to prove the advantage, and Wesley just kind of has obvious moves. So the reactionary moves here are for Wesley and not for Magnus. Magnus is the one who has to come up with a plan here. So I'm starting to feel like Wesley might get chances. I think his position still objectively is quite bad, but he might get chances if he can stack the 2 towers on the C file, like the towers of Isildur and Baradur. He has chance. He tries to go for the files instead, which is also okay. Just talk about your childhood memories, not GDP. No, but isn't it true? Weren't the 90s like insane? I mean, the 2000s were screwed because of 9/11, but weren't the 90s really like amazing, or am I crazy? I could be wrong. No, I mean, I just think everything about the 90s. So let's see what we get here from Wesley. Wesley's got to make a move soon. Computer wants rook c3, which is kind of a very hard move to play, but I mean, I guess if Wesley realizes the knight is covering these critical squares, he can play this. I mean, the imbalance is very good though. The imbalance is really good here. 2010s were not so bad. Okay, like I'll give you an example. You can somehow get to this position, like takes, and I don't know, something like this. You are legitimately going to get a chance to play for more with white. Yeah, he goes bishop c5. Good move. Yeah, if Wesley can somehow trade off the dark square bishops, he's gonna have chances to win. But bishop a5, unfortunate move. Got to go back to b4. Come on, Wesley. Bishop b4. You got to move. You got to move. Problem now is after bishop d8, there's a5, and now black is going to claim the b file. Yeah. Got bishop b4, probably bishop d8 or bishop c7. I don't know which one's better. One of the 2 moves will be played with the idea of a5. You do not want to trade the bishops. I did not like Michael Jordan. I grew up in New York, so I was a New York Knickerbockers fan in the 1990s, so I had my heart broken pretty much every May and June. But I will say when John Starks had that dunk, that's as good as it gets for a New York Knicks fan. Yeah, Starks dunk on was the best thing ever. So yeah. Okay, we got bishop c7, idea to play a5. Like I said, one of the 2 moves. I don't know which one's best, but he goes to c7. Knight b3. I think something bad is going to happen here. There's something with a5 and a4, and I think you're going to lose material. So yeah, imagine being a Knicks fan in 2023. They've got Jalen Brunson. He's going to be the MVP next year. Come on. I mean, they're finally a real team for the first time in a very long time. a4. I think you run into the same problem with bishop f5, and something bad is happening on the b file here. Yeah, I think Magnus is going to win now. The time situation is really unpleasant for Wesley. Yeah. Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Am I kidding you? What do you mean? He put up like 40 points against the Miami Heat. He's going to be the MVP next year. Problem for Wesley here is Magnus can also just dilly-dally with like bishop d6, and after this he can also just dilly-dally. He can just dilly-dally all over the place and not do anything exciting, and I'm not really sure how Wesley creates play. f3 is probably the move that Wesley should play at some point if he can, to go f3 and e4, but again, who knows. Yeah. If this gets into a scramble, Wesley will have a chance, but he needs Magnus to burn his clock here. I promise 3 episodes of Match isn't happening. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. a5, interesting move from Magnus. Not the move that I would have played, but I guess Magnus wants to go bishop d6 and just tickle the pawn on a3 a little bit here. If I'm Wesley, I would have traded on rook b1, but he goes f3, bishop f5. I mean, Wesley's going all in here. He wants to go f3, e4. I like the decision here. Wesley's getting low on time. I think it's about time I like the decision. A draw does nothing for Wesley. He's got to go for it, and you don't want to go for it when you're too low on time. So he's still got a minute. It's not a lot of time, but it's enough time. So I think this is a good decision practically from Wesley, even if objectively it's a bad move. I mean, it's only a 1-minute time disadvantage. If Wesley can get Magnus even on the clock, Wesley will have a chance. but he has to get Magnus into the scramble where Magnus would make a blunder, mouse slip, everything else. I would go e4 here, just all aboard the choo-choo train, as Bobby Fischer would say. E4, best by test. I like it. Even if objectively it's a bad move, you gotta go for it. At some point you gotta go, and Wesley does realize that, and he goes for it. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna do a recap and then come back tomorrow and stream for like 6 or 7 hours instead, because tomorrow I was only gonna play the bullet championship. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably boot up early and probably do like 5 or 6 hours, since I'm gonna cut it short today. I think that's gonna be my plan. So you will get your 3 episodes tomorrow. Bishop e6, probably queen e2 here, queen e2, queen d3. I would play one of these moves in 2 seconds and just go from there. It's not about me rooting for Wesley per se. I want maximum chess. I want the most amount of games. I just want as many games as possible. That's basically what I want. Okay, f4. I would have gone f4 there, just push p. Okay, time getting close, by the way. I don't like queen e7. F4, go Wesley, go for it. F4, f5, all in bro, all in. You gotta go. F4, all in dude. I don't like queen f2. Bishop b. He has knight b3 though. Maybe you have knight b3 here, and then knight c5 and to create the mess a little bit. F4, just but now f4 bishop f5. Knight f1 maybe to nah, it's probably not happening here for Wesley. Maybe just queen e3 and g4, but Wesley should just move quickly here, just move fast. Magnus a little bit low on time too though. Maybe f5 is a good, maybe f5 is a strong move here. Maybe I like f5. I think f5 is a good move. But time, let's see, goes f6. Okay, maybe like queen h4 maybe to pin the queen. Maybe queen h4. He wants to go rook e1. I guess he wants fe5 rook e1 and play on the file. I mean, Wesley's got bishop d4. Two pawns. No. Yeah, no, this is just winning. Yeah, this is bad because you're gonna, this is 2 connected pawns. Yeah, queen a7 is a dirty move from Magnus, because it's not, it is actually winning, but it's not even just that it's winning, it's that it simplifies the position to where Magnus gets 2 connected pawns, and the next 20 moves he can play in 1 second each. He can play every move easily now. Yeah, every move from Magnus is super easy here, and this pawn on h3 is going to play now too with the king on h1. Yeah, it's just over because you can't make moves quickly, and Magnus can play rook c7 or rook b7. Every move he can play here, he plays instantly. Yeah, d4. Tough luck for Wesley. It's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. That's the saying, right? Yeah, I mean, knight e3. Oh, that just doesn't even work either. Yeah, rook c3, rook c7, GG. Yeah. Or d2. Wait. Yeah, and rook b7, nice. Rook b7, GG. Or c7, same thing with rook c1. He plays to mate. That's kind of funny. Yeah. Not like this exactly. Yeah. So Wesley gets a win, or not Wesley, sorry, Magnus gets a win. Not too surprising, I guess, at the end of the day. At least we got a game 4. I mean, I guess we can't really complain about it, but at least we did get a game 4 when all is said and done. I mean, not, you know, it is what it is. It could have been more exciting. It also could have been less exciting, you know, just how it goes. So yeah, I'll watch the interview. Maybe I'll wait for it, see if they do the interview quickly. If they do the interview quickly, we'll watch the interview and then I'll call it a day. But we'll see. Sam Sevi in 1 division 2, he moves to division 1. Nice, very nice. Oh, they have him already. They have him. All right, let me pull it up. Let me pull this up here. Let me unmute it. Let me unmute the tab.
He doesn't get the job done in 3, but he got it done without an Armageddon. And Magnus Carlsen continues his incredible form over the last few weeks by winning his 2nd title of the Champions Chess Tour season.
Oh, let's just mute it and leave it here until they have him. Not yet. Yeah, they'll have him in a second, I think, so we will watch it. Yeah, very impressive win for Magnus. I mean, for Wesley, obviously he got a winning game through that, so that is something to to take home at the end of the day. He won an NFT. Yeah, I won an NFT too, and I've never even gotten the NFT, but it is what it is. Thank you for hosting. Thank you, Carver Rose, because Tanya's voice is so annoying. I mean, I think that basically chess.com has some kind of contract with Chess24 where certain commentators are basically they're contracted for some amount of time to do it. So I think that's what it is, unless I'm mistaken. I think they're contracted, but I could be wrong. Waiting for them to come back with Magnus. We'll watch the interview and then I'll call it a day. They never gave you an NFT. I never got a link or anything for an NFT, so no idea. You guys can tell me. Yeah, you can tell me. I haven't gotten it, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's commentary is what it is. I don't really care either way. I mean, they do what they do. David is pretty chill these days. Yeah, pretty chill. No, not today. We're not doing MasterChef. So not a big fan of Daniel's commentary. I prefer Hikaru. I mean, I do what I can, you guys. Ask them for the NFT and then sell it. Yeah. No, I'm not trolling though. Like seriously, like I never got the NFT that I was supposed to get. They haven't given me a link or anything or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten anything. So yeah, I don't know how it all works. It is what it is. But I was waiting for the interview. We'll watch the interview, and then I'm gonna go do a recap, call a day, and there we go.
Rapid. Magnus, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just won your second event of the season, Magnus. Not just the scoreline, but how pleased are you with the quality of your play?
I don't think it was great today.
We don't need chat. It's fine.
Yeah, overall it was okay, but I think probably the results were a bit better than my play overall.
Magnus,
maybe
not a single match of yours in this entire Aim Chess Rapid went
maybe I would say the only match I think that's true about is the match against Jordan Van Forest. Every other match his play was very good. The only the match against Jordan Van Forest was very sus.
Speed chess right now?
Not particularly, no.
Well, Magnus, let me ask and jump in and the game can be one of momentum at times, right? You maybe were struggling a little bit, Norway Chess June, you found some momentum in Zagreb that seems to have carried over, but then you lost game 3, which is the only game you lost the entire event. What was your mindset going into game 4? Was there a focus to just dial in? Were you a little nervous about having handed some momentum to Wesley?
Well, I was a little bit worried at some point in game 3 because he started playing really well and he just outplayed me completely. But I thought his conversion was really shaky in that game as well. So I thought, yeah, I just played a pretty poor game, but I realized that he didn't play so well either. So that gave me a good feeling before the 4th game, I thought. Yeah, as long as I play normally, then I should be fine. And I think this is an opening that I've gotten a few times actually in these situations. And yeah, I don't know why people keep going for this line as white, because it's just it just feels easier for black to play. And I don't think in the last game that he was ever close to anything.
David, you want to explain why people keep going for that line?
Yeah, I had mentioned during the broadcast, Magnus, that you beat me in this line in Blitz once on chess.com. So yeah, as soon as I saw the opening, it looked like one-way traffic. Yeah, and
I think that was the thing about the 3rd game, that it was really complex strategically, whereas in this in this line, it's really easy for black to play. You just push on the king side, and you always have good counterplay. So
true.
It suited me for sure to get in a position that was easy to play.
My apologies there. I wanted to ask one more question, chess specific, because we were talking a lot in game 1. You were way up on the clock, had way more time than you started with, and you almost seemed to be making a point in terms of how quickly you were blitzing out those moves. I made a note, so I have to ask, how much of that was prep that maybe didn't get used in 2021 in Dubai, or is it just that you have a lot of deep
Let's see which answer he gives
in
here.
those Catalan positions?
I think Dubov has played this line before, at least in some game, as far as I can remember. Yeah, it's like it was pretty deep down there somewhere. I mean, it's not a very good line, and to be honest, like the way. But the point is the way that he plays it actually makes a lot of sense. And,
I told you guys he stopped
before,
himself from mentioning he stopped himself from saying G5. He stopped himself from saying why it's not good because he's trying to not give that little bit of wrinkle. I told you guys.
Yeah, that's as good a position as you can.
I told you guys hours ago.
As you can really hope for to.
I told you guys it's literally he knows it's not great, but you have to play G5.
And, well done today, Magnus.
And Wesley's never going to play
a
G5.
Tricky question, but I'm going to ask you.
But I like how he
you're
stopped
ever
himself
trying to
from
be
saying it.
World chess champion again?
With the current length of the games, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
And Magnus, earlier in the studio today, we also heard that you got some paddle in with Danny. And do you enjoy that? How was it? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. Danny was a quick learner. And also I got some extra exercise because I had to run and get all the the balls that he was he was not getting because he's new to the game. It made sense, but I thought he made great progress and it was a good fight.
I appreciate that. And Magnus is a good coach, actually. A lot of good tips. And he's being modest because he covered every ball because I was totally out of position. And Magnus is a good paddle player. Magnus, I only got one more question because you're also a good bullet player. And the next thing on our calendar is the Bullet Chess Championship. That's an event that's got Faruja and Hikaru in it. Are you excited for that one?
It's all right. I think if I was playing from home, I would have a decent chance, but I'm playing away, and I was testing out playing Bullet from my my laptop when I was in Croatia, and I was incredibly
slow.
At home? So I don't think I have a chance to win, but it will be fun, of course, nevertheless.
We're so looking forward to that one. And Magnus, before we let you go, it's been a couple of busy weeks, and after the Zagreb win, after your Title Tuesday 11 out of 11, and now this AIM Chess Rapid win, how do you plan to
he's going to be in Spain? Okay. Oh, so he's at home now, but he'll be in Spain.
Honest, I didn't really feel the energy today, but I'm happy to finish on a high note after basically almost 4 weeks.
He's going to be in Spain. Okay, makes sense.
A lot of chess. So there will be a celebration for sure.
All right, enjoy yourself, and a big congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Magnus Carlsen.
All right, you guys. All right. Well, that was fun. I'll end with one last quick note just to explain one thing very specifically that Magnus said in the interview, just to be very, very clear about one last thing. So what Magnus was saying about this first game, let me change the scene, obviously, so you guys can see it more correctly. What Magnus was saying about this first game was he's saying that this whole idea with Queen 1 and Knight E2 has been played by Danil Dubov, who was one of his seconds for the match against Jan Nepomniachtchi in 2021. And then he also stopped himself. Like, there was a spot there where Magnus was I'm not going to cover the Wesley interview. There was a spot there where basically Magnus stopped himself from saying, he said it's not a very good line, and then he paused and he did not say why. And basically the reason Magnus did not say why is because there are a couple of critical moments here, most importantly here, where this move G5 is the correct move, and after G5 Knight F3 and H6, White really does not have a whole lot going on, but he didn't want to say I don't even want to say the reason because of course he might want to use the line again, but then B, the second reason is because the obvious reason that it was not played is because Wesley is not a player who would play a move like G5. Wesley plays much more on the conservative side, so there's a lot of psychology there, which is why Magnus did not say that, and he stopped himself just in time.